A great shaking in the balance of the High Priestess Sakai occurs. Goku grew his ki more and more. Kai, the strongest angel, says,
"So you're the famous Son Goku. I'm happy to have found you, but at the same time, I'm sad."
Goku watches and says, "What a strange guy. What are you talking about? Sad? Afraid of being humiliated by a mortal?" Kai responds,
"I am happy that I can put an end to you now, and saddened that you're moving mountains to save your third son gone, and you still can't get past me."
Goku begins to get furious and the entire palace of the High Priestess begins to shake. The Saiyan's muscle mass begins to increase, causing his muscles to grow in a similar way to Broly and then return to normal. Goku, with a serious face, responds, "Strongest angel, your powers are nothing compared to Mr. Whis." Goku teleports and hits Kai's belly with a big punch. Kai falls, kneels on the ground and says, "What was this?" Goku walks in front of Kai and says, "My training in the room of the gods was done precisely to finish off weaklings like you. Get out of my way if you don't want to have the same end as Basara Tenzaki." Kai, lying on the ground, says, "No, that's impossible. How did you hit me? Damn it, it hurts so much. What an incredible power." Goku was confident that Kai would not be able to stand up until the moment Kai says, "It cannot be."
Just kidding. Too weak.
Kai teleports in front of Goku, activating his ultra angelic instinct and grabbed Goku's head, dragging him to the ground and throwing him away. Kai, with a totally serious face, looks at Goku and says, "Quit kidding yourself too, and let's get started." Hey, how's it going? Just here to remind you to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel so you don't miss any videos, and stay well inside our entire universe of Dragon Ball. Let's go back to the point without further ado. Big explosion happened on the battlefield, starts to get more and more intense. Big stars appear. Whis and Vados had been having their battle against Sakai. Whis, with great dexterity and mastery, dodged all of Sakai's attacks. Sakai says, "Oh, interesting, Whis. You managed to dodge my attacks." "You don't even look like the same angel who had been defeated by Xiao at the beginning of the war. It looks like you've learned to defend yourself against the energy that seals the power of the angels." At that moment, Zalama just watches the battle and says in his mind, "Two angels against Sakai. The mother of angels really is cheeky, although we shouldn't worry since the mother of the angels has the power equal to the power of the Daishikan. So those lesser angels won't be a problem for you, won't it, Sakai?" At that moment, Zalama and Sakai are impressed. A great light appears over Whis' body. Whis begins to raise his power. "Ah! Me being defeated by Xiao!" Flashback of the planet Beerus at the start of the Celestial War. Beerus says, "Whis, you can tell that they're very close from here, can't you? I'm sure he'll be able to come after us. If we show our real powers, the enemy will have an advantage over everything. Maybe it would be better for us to let ourselves be defeated by them, and that way we'd gain time and we'd know the enemy's weakness." Whis responds, "Mr. Beerus, that's pretty bold, don't you think? A demon of the race of cold will think that he alone can defeat an angel and a cat of destruction." "That would be a shame, Whis. However, we are in a heavy threat. If the mother of the angels and all of the cats of destruction think that we have not strengthened our forces within this last millennium, it would be our greatest advantage on the battlefield." Whis starts to smile and says, "Well done, Sir Beerus." After Beerus and Whis come to an agreement, the two are purposely defeated by Xiao. Now all of this has turned out to be a trap by the angel and god of destruction of Universe 7. Whis smiles. Back to current times. Zalama and Sakai are surprised by the power that Whis is showing. Vado says,
"It seems that my brother decided to fight seriously from the beginning. Now I understand. Being humiliated by a cold demon, even on purpose, causes Whis' reputation and honor as an angel to be hurt. So now, from the beginning, he goes with everything. Sakai, if I were you, I would prepare myself to know the power of the strongest angel." A big explosion happens. Sakai says, "What? It cannot be." Zalama starts to smile. "See, Sakai, don't hit me. He's afraid of the power of the wrath of one of his children."
Sakai responds, "It's none of that, Salama. It's just that right now I'm just completely gone from all the Psycho's energy." Vado starts to smile and says,
They have already started to act. Now get ready, that the next one will be you, Sakai.
Sakai angrily says, "Damn you bastards!" North side of the High Priestess's palace. After Gohan defeated Psycho, Gohan continues with a serious expression. Piccolo says, "Why are you like this, Gohan? You finally defeated the enemy and that saying was very strong. Surely you have already mastered your new transformation by 100%. Gohan says,
It's not that, Mr. Piccolo, but I feel he wasn't alone. I still feel an evil presence here.
Piccolo says, "What are you talking about, Gohan? He's lying on the ground in front of us."
Gohan looks at Piccolo with a serious expression and goes into a big Kamehameha. Startled, Piccolo says,
"What the hell are you doing, Gohan?"
Gohan deflects his attack from Piccolo and directly hits a plaster that is behind in the palace of the High Priestess. A big laugh starts to emerge.
Were you actually able to defeat Psycho? Something that not even Son Goku had been able to do. Who knew the Supreme Saiyan gone from another timeline would be defeated? You figured it all out. This really is amazing. At that moment, Piccolo says, "Who are you? Show up!" In the blink of an eye, a great line is brought by Psycho's body and Psycho's body disappears. Gohan asks,
What have you done, you bastard?
The unknown voice says, "Since Psycho and Gon are the same person from another timeline, their bodies need to become one. The two will meet soon, and the true being will be born." I've been all this time looking at everything that was happening within this war, and it seemed incredible. Now it seems that our plan is working, isn't it, Zydus?
Gohan and Piccolo are startled to hear Zydus' name. Gohan says, Zydus, isn't that the angel who was with Gon in the Makai Kingdom, Mr. Piccolo? That voice is saying that they are plotting something behind even the Mother of Angels.
A female laugh erupts.
Incredible! You really are incredible! Fantastic, Azazel!
The unknown present has always walked beside Zydus finally has his name and appearance revealed. With gigantic armor, strong appearance and horns, Azazel is revealed to be the unknown presence. Gohan says,
"Damn it! For that we didn't expect, Mr. Piccolo. The Supreme Saiyan being used by them is the same way that Gon was used by Sakai."
Piccolo says, "Gohan, now this battle is not about a Saiyan battle, but a battle between gods. Who is this guy? His power is totally different from any power I've seen before."
Gohan seriously responds, "No matter who it is, we came here with this science, Mr. Piccolo. Not science, conscience. No matter who it is, we came here with this conscience, Mr. Piccolo. We will defeat them."
In the blink of an eye, Zydus appears in front of Gohan and hits him with a kiss of death. Piccolo says, "What? How you got here so fast?" Gohan receives the kiss of death from Zydus. Zydus says,
"One down, Azazel. Now we just have to finish off the Namekusei-jin."
To be continued. Was Gohan defeated with just one blow? What's going on in the midst of all this? Regardless of what it is more than important that you already expose it here in your comments so that we can enter into that crazy debate. Click the like button, subscribe here to the channel so you don't miss any videos. And that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. And the great period of peace came to an end. Goku and the Z Warriors will have new limits to overcome. The universe is no longer the same. Goku will have to overcome his limits. And in the great game the gods created, mortals are but pawns. It seems the gods want to play again. The most incredible battle of all time is about to begin.
I better get them out of here so they don't destroy everything.
Do you really think you can challenge a god?
This time will be different. We won't be just entertainment for them. Now I'm the one who makes the rules. It's gonna be awesome.
Gohan has received the kiss of death from Zydus. Up until now, Zaidos' angel's technique Kiss of Death is that after Zaidos kisses the enemy, they are mind-controlled. The same as Gon and Goku received. Piccolo says, "Damn it, Gohan, what's happening to you?" Azazel, standing still, says, "Very well, Zaidos. It seems to be getting stronger." Piccolo watches and says, "But who is this guy? He doesn't look like a god of destruction and his power is totally different. For sure he's not even preparing to fight. An angel obeying another entity." At that moment, Gohan was with his eyes open but totally unconscious. Piccolo screams, "Come on, Gohan! React!" Zaidos, smiling, says, "That's impossible, Namekian warrior. This boy is no longer here over us. This time we don't have time to deal with you. I will erase his entire existence from the inside out." "What are you talking about?"
The Kiss of Death technique has several variables. In the same way that I can control the enemy's mentality, I can also poison or destroy all the warrior's bones.
Zaidos screams, "Association with the Kiss of Death! Internal destruction! Now my poison will be repelled in that Saiyan's body and his body will be totally destroyed." Piccolo says, "This cannot happen." At the same time that Piccolo is worried, the Namekian being starts to laugh. Azazel watches and says, "What is this guy laughing at?" Gohan has received the Kiss of Death from Zaidos. Zaidos says,
He's desperate with the death of his student, and that's why he's like this.
At that moment, a great aura begins to appear over Gohan's body, and the image of all his cells appears in front of Zaidos. "What is that? Impossible!" "What are you talking about, Zaidos?"
It's like his cells are healing on their own, much faster than the Kiss of Death poison.
"Well done, Gohan. Just in time." Gohan regains consciousness and says,
That was a close one, Mr. Piccolo.
Zaidos and Azazel don't understand what happened. But what was this? Gohan starts to remember his battle against Lavender in the presentation with Zeno-sama. Lavender was exchanging punches with Gohan. As strong as Gohan was, his body suffered from receiving the poison. Since the fight, Gohan and Goku began to train to protect themselves with their Saiyan energies. Since then, poisons don't work on Gohan's body. Impressed, Zaidos says,
"But how did you manage to escape the Kiss of Death?"
Gohan starts smiling and says, "It's because I'm a Saiyan hybrid, so I have both Saiyan and human mentalities, so your technique will never have an effect on me." Zaidos starts to smile and says,
"I see. So my Kiss of Death technique is useless against these Saiyans. First it was Goku, then Gon, and now you."
At that moment, Zaidos rages and the whole palace starts to shake. Gohan and Piccolo get serious. Zaidos says, "If spell techniques don't work, now we will solve it in brute force." Zaidos prepares in battle stance. Gohan and Piccolo speak together. "It's about time!" Planet Earth. Several dragons begin to appear on the Earth of all universes. The warriors of the other universes that were on Earth had received the order of Broly to return to their universes due to the invasion having increased. Kaba and Kale alongside the others head back to their universes. Kaba says,
"Caulifla-san, it's going to be okay."
Kale looks at Broly and says,
"Broly, don't die."
Broly smiles. At that moment, several dragons appeared in front of Broly, Black Frieza, and Cell Max. Black Frieza says,
"This is getting more interesting than ever. So it means that Son Goku and the others couldn't stop the dragons from releasing the portal, and they're going to destroy the Earth. It would be so beautiful to see Goku and Vegeta's planet destroyed by these beings."
At that moment, a ray of light is released on Frieza. Frieza says,
"Who dares to attack the Emperor of the Universe? Show up, Lucky, and I'll eliminate you myself."
A great laugh arises, and the place of the land that Black Frieza is on begins to darken and disperses from Broly and Cell Max. Emperor of the Universe. So that's the name you call yourself. How you grew, Frieza. But we should have that name together. Black Frieza changes his composure and says,
It's not possible. That voice, Cooler, it's you.
Frieza's brother, Cooler, appears from the smoke that has cleared. He says, "Exactly, my brother. Thanks to the Mother of Angels, I am back. The portal of the Kingdom of Dragons was released and the Supreme Dragon granted me his powers. Now I have the necessary power to dominate all these planets in this universe. Come with me and let's destroy it all." At that moment, Black Frieza is silent. Broly says, "Where is that damn Frieza? It can't stay like this!" At that instant, Black Frieza throws a great blast of energy on his brother, causing the entire location to be destroyed, launching several dragons to the mountains of the earth. Cooler says, "What are you doing, brother?" Frieza, laughing, says, "Brother, I am not your brother. I don't have a family. Since I was a little kid, I had to learn to get by on my own, and I became the Emperor of the Universe all on my own, with my own army. I never needed you for anything. I have no intentions of sharing a job with you, the same title. The price and demand for power is great, and my only right was to disown anyone who claimed to be close to me and was not. For now, my goals are different. And your end will now be..." So there's no way, as I should always have guessed that about you. Cooler starts to rage and causing the earth to start to shake with the increase of his ki. At that moment, Cooler turns into Black Cooler. Frieza is startled and says, "But how did you manage to achieve this transformation?" Cooler lunges at Frieza. A great battle ensues. Meanwhile, on the south side of the nearby mountain, Paozu, Goten, and Trunks brought Bulma and Chi-Chi along with several adults and children to hide in a mountain cave in order to avoid being attacked. Goten says,
Trunks, it seems that the invasion of all parents didn't work out very well. Now our universes are being attacked again.
Trunks responds,
Something must have happened that they didn't expect, Goten. I'm sure it could have something to do with the half-brother of yours. But we don't have time to waste. Let's get out of here and help in the battle. The Earth is being invaded.
At that moment, Chi-Chi screams arises.
Help, Goten!
A big demon dragon is holding Chi-Chi and says, "Now it's your end, mediocre mortal." Bulma, scared to death, says,
Release her, you filth!
Bulma is attacked and falls to the ground. Chi-Chi says,
We've come this far and now we're going to be killed. Goku, where are you?
The moment Chi-Chi was going to be attacked, the demon dragon receives a double kick to its face by Goten and Trunks. Trunks goes to Bulma and says,
Mom, are you okay?
Bulma responds,
It's okay, my son. Take care of this guy.
Goten says,
Whenever danger lurks, I will fight for justice.
Trunks says,
You look like your brother when you dress up as Great Saiyaman, Goten.
The dragon demon appears in front of Goten and Trunks and says, "That kick didn't even tickle. Let's see what we have here." Dinner time. Goten and Trunks speak.
What? Not even a scar?
Goten and Trunks versus Rising. Rising had been enraged to see that the dragon demon Shaki's ki was no more. Broly had easily defeated the dragon demon to save Krillin and his friends. After that, Goten and Trunks continued their hard battle against Rising, the dragon demon on Paozu Mountain. Goten and Trunks merge. The new warrior is born. A voice comes up.
I am amazing! It seems like that power is the power needed to finish anyone! I'm definitely stronger than our parents and Gohan!
Rising watches and says, "This guy's voice is even more annoying than those two boys." The warrior appears in front of Rising and says,
I am not Goten and nor Trunks! My name is Gotenks! Prepare that this will be the end for you!
Gotenks charges at Rising in full power in his base form. Gotenks tries to launch several attacks. Rising keeps dodging. Chi-Chi says,
Oh no, Goten and Trunks turned into two outlaws!
Bulma says,
They're not outlaws, but I'd be really happy if they ended up with this guy.
Gotenks then says,
You know you're pretty strong, but you've already caused enough with us, and you can't live with it anymore. Ha 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 ha! Super Ghost Kamikaze Super Attack!
Rising watches and says, "What is that? He creates copies of himself and is going to release it on me?" Ha 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 ha! What a pathetic technique! I'll wipe you all out in the blink of an eye! Goten says, "Attack!" Ryzen begins to dodge Goten's ghost clones while Goten watches and laughs. Ryzen attacks a ghost clone of Goten's and at that moment says, "What is that? Impossible!" A large explosion begins to occur directly in Ryzen's body. Goten starts laughing and says,
You're gone now! That doesn't mean you're welcome! Ha 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 ha! Now it's your end!
Goten transforms into a Super Saiyan 3 and makes a serious face saying,
I'm already tired of playing. I won't hesitate like I did last time. This is the most powerful combined blow of Goten and Trunks. Final Kamehameha!
"It cannot be!" A huge explosion occurs after Rutin takes your full attack. Due to the great amount of power that was used by Gotenks, the fusion was undone. Bulma and Chi-Chi hug and says,
Yay, yay, they won! Trunks, that was awesome! This time we got him, Goten. His strength really was monstrous, but we were much stronger.
At that moment, a great shaking begins to occur in the earth. Ryzen's voice comes up. "You damn brats! How dare you! Who do you think you are to hurt a god? Saki, I will need your power!" A great light appears in the region where Shaki's body was, sucking Shaki's spiritual energy, leading to Ryzen. Ryzen receives Shaki's powers and says, "Now I am recovered and with 100% of my powers again. Now I will be the end of you two brats." Goten says,
Impossible! This guy's still alive? Trunks, now it's complicated.
Palace of the High Priestess. Whis had been waging his battle against Sakai. Great blasts of energy were hurled. Sakai, smiling, says, "You've got a lot stronger as the last time, isn't it, Whis? I knew very well that you had all this potential from the past when you were just an angel, apprentice, and said that one day you would be the strongest angel. Know that I'm proud of you and would be happier if you came to my side." Whis says, "Secret technique of the angels, offensive celestial cube." A large heavenly cube is thrown to Sakai's side. At that moment, Sakai dodges the cube. Sakai says, "What a predictable attack." Whis smiles and says, "And who said I was focusing on you?" At that moment, the celestial cube advances directly towards Zalama. Zalama smiles and says, "It's aiming at me." In the blink of an eye, Zalama with the staff breaks Whis' celestial cube and large pieces of shard flow through the palace. Whis says, "As expected from the god of Super Dragon Balls." At that moment, Sakai speaks. "Very interesting that the angels left their respective universes alongside their god of destruction. Everything was very vulnerable, isn't it? Your dear Earth has few powerful mortals. I feel that the energy of two Saiyans is almost reaching the end. I believe a general will finish them off." At that moment, Vado starts watching and closes her eyes. Vado says, "It's impossible. It's Mr. Goku's son and Mr. Vegeta's son who are fighting and are being cornered by Zalama's general." Zalama watches and speaks. "Are those warriors who said we should be worried about Sakai?" "I only said a horde from the lowest strength squad and Saiyans are having a hard time beating them." "This will be easier than I thought." Whis starts to smile. "So that's it." Sakai watches with a serious face. "Why are you laughing? You should be sad and mad because at that moment everything will end for them." "Don't make me laugh, Sakai." Whis changes his face and says, "Do you really think I didn't think about all that before coming here?" "What? I sent son Gohan to the Makai world for just that. Gohan managed to deliver the Majin essence to me so that an extremely powerful being emerged. You must know the demon that for millennia destroyed countless planets and was feared even by the gods. Don't you? Majin Buu. After Majin Buu was killed and Son Goku asked them to reincarnate into a good person,
his essence of destruction, where his greatest powers were, was sent to the Makai realm. Son Gohan was tasked with stealing the chalice of this essence in the Makai realm. He faced Gon and managed to bring me the essence of Majin energy, and I sent that essence to that child's body to accelerate his evolution process.
What are you talking about, Whis? It would kill the child.
You're very silly, Sakai. It would kill the child for sure if it was a dark essence, but I modified his dark Majin essence and inserted an angelic energy.
What? Have you created a Majin angel?
Who knows?
Back to Goten and Trunks' battle. Goten and Trunks have no more spaces. Everyone around is scared to death of Raizen's fury. Raizen says, "The end of you has finally come! Ha 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 ha! After finishing off the two of you, I will devour these humans one by one. Now die!" At the moment when Goten and Trunks were about to be destroyed, a large pink goo appears in front of the magic that had been released by Raizen. Trunks looks and says,
What? Is it Majin Buu?
Goten responds,
Is that a good or evil Majin Buu, Trunks?
At that moment, a boy with dark skin and spiky hair appears and says, "I felt that people here needed my help a while ago, but only now I have managed to finish off the enemies that attacked my village. I hope you're well. You don't have to worry any longer. I will take care of this guy now." Damn it, who are you, kid? I'm tired of you all. Let's put an end to this, the unknown boy says.
Put an end to it? We're just getting started!
Sakai was impressed with what Whis was saying. Zalama, sitting on his throne, watches and speaks. "Looks like you underestimated the angels, isn't it, Sakai?" Vado starts to laugh.
Whis, you are amazing. I mean, then you released an angelic energy combined with a Majin energy on this boy so that he has his vision in Universe 7 and could protect in all threats. But if we think about it, beings of the Majin race are already extremely strong in themselves. A human Majin still with the essence of an angel. This hybrid combination perhaps had the potential for powers even greater than Gon's.
Whis interrupts and says,
I was thinking all this time I knew that Gon could rebel and go against the laws of the angel and Zeno-sama at any moment. In this way, the one who was considered the prodigy and the next salvation in the Universal War could become the biggest threat. And look, looks like I got it right again.
A great shudder in the palace of the High Priestess Sakai arises. Whis and Vados make a serious face, Sakai further increasing his ki. Goku fighting Kai says,
What monstrous energy is this?
Kai says, "Looks like someone's been pissing off the Mother of Angels." Goku charges forwards and tries to land a Kamehameha instant transmission on Kai. Kai predicts this move and attacks Goku. Goku smiles and says, "It seems that fighting an angel is no joke. His perception is much greater than even Whis, and he only uses power blows. I don't see any kind of ki energy. What's he hiding?" "I am the strongest angel. I refuse to use magic in battle. All that settles is at the base of my fists. Now that is true strength." Again, a great shudder occurs. Kai speaks. "Are you hearing and feeling this? It is the shudder of rage from Sakai, the Mother of Angels. In this way, everything is moving along in the footsteps of the great Priestess." Goku starts to smile. "What are you laughing so hard about?" "It's just that I'm impressed by a guy as strong as you, who calls himself the strongest angel, yet obeys a crazy priestess who wants to end all the universe on a whim." At that moment, Kai's features change completely. Kai, who had been having his battle laughing, starts to get coldly serious and says, "Don't you dare talk about Sakai. Who do you think you are to say anything about the High Priestess? Sakai is the mother of angels and her will be done. You are mortal fools who obey Daishikan and Zeno-sama without even knowing their true ideas. While you're here killing each other in a war, your leaders are sitting in chairs just laughing at everything that is happening. Kai teleports in front of Goku and grabs his head and drags Goku through the pillars of Sakai's palace. Goku, receiving the blow, says, "But at what point did he manage to do this? That will be the end of you, son Goku." Meanwhile, Beerus was walking through the High Priestess palace and had already noticed that great changes had taken place and felt something extremely shorter. Beerus says, "It seems that the angelic power is from Whis and Vados. However, at the same time, passive angelic energy is being shown. It is definitely the mother of angels. I need to find them." Beerus, you never change. For all this time, you haven't noticed my presence. Beerus takes a deep breath and speaks. I noticed your presence from the moment I arrived at this palace. Looks like you decided to leave the planet of destruction cats and come to me, isn't it, father? Beerus' father finally appears. Back to center stage. Sakai says, "Please, you little brat. Now you'll learn never to piss off the mother of angels again." Sakai's energy increased by 1,000 times. Whis watches and speaks. Looks like now I've really managed to piss off the mother of angels. Planet Earth. Goten and Trunks are saved by a mysterious warrior. Trunks speaks.
Who is this kid? He has a totally different energy than everyone else. Otherwise, he will be killed by Ryzen if we don't help.
The smiling boy looks at Trunks and Goten and says, "Hello. I could see that you fought bravely against this guy for all this time. You are amazing." Trunks looks and thinks,
He's talking in a way that he's much stronger than us, and that he will be able to take out Ryzen easily. Who is he after all?
Goten gets all excited and talks.
Trunks! He seems to be very strong. If we fight together, we will be able to finish him off.
At that moment, the boy speaks. "No, don't waste your energy any longer. I'll take care of him." Goten and Trunks are impressed. Bulma says,
Who is that boy? It doesn't matter. If he's on our side, just finish him off.
Furious Ryzen says, "Ah! That's enough! Dragon's Roar combined with Ragnarok energy!" Trunks speaks.
Damn it, not this attack again.
Goten says,
It looks like she's even stronger than last time. He's absorbed more of someone's energy.
The moment Ryzen's attack will hit everyone, the boy's voice comes up. Machin Kamehame. Goten says,
Is he using Kamehameha?
An image of Kid Buu appears behind the boy. Ryzen's attack is disintegrated. Ryzen says, "What was that? That's impossible. This guy is thinking he can beat me." The boy appears in front of Ryzen through a teleport and says, "I didn't introduce myself to you. I am Oob, the warrior Majin, and you are being a threat to the earth. So get the heck out of here." Shut up, you insolent brat! This will be my final blow and I will end everything here! At that time, Oob says, "It seems like there's no other way." Majin, secret technique of absorption. At that moment, again, a large pink goo appears that grows and surrounds Ryzen's body. Ryzen says, "Damn it, damn it, I can't breathe! What have you done to me, boy?" Oob speak, as its power served to destroy everything around here. Now I will take it to rebuild everything. I will turn you into chocolate! Oob creates another technique and launches a blast at Ryzen, making his body turn to chocolate. Trunks says,
What? It's the same technique as Majin Buu.
Oob turns Ryzen into chocolate and eats it. Oob then says, This is an amazing power, and I was starving. Oob's body starts to change and his muscle mass starts to increase and his size too. Everyone is impressed. Goten says,
That's so cool. he ended up with rising. Trunks responds, actually, this victory was kind of bizarre. Oob appears and speaks. You must be Goten and Trunks, aren't you? I don't know why, but something tells me we fought before. Trunks remembers Goten's battle with Buu and speaks. This boy must definitely have a connection with Majin Buu. No, I think this is the first time we've seen each other. Oob says, well, we don't have time to hang around here. I feel that several threats are here invading the Earth. The time has come to kick all these guys' asses. Oob uses the same recovery technique as Majin Buu on Goten and Trunks. Goten says, what was that? I feel like I'm 100 times stronger now. Trunks responds, me too, Goten. Oob looks and speaks. I got your powers back. Now let's finish off these guys. Universe 11. A big bang occurs in Universe 11. A child is trying to escape with his mother from the attack of several dragons. Unknown child begins to cry when he sees stones fall on his mother. Unknown child says, help, please, my mom got stuck. A dragon appears in front of the child and says, oh, if it's not a little boy screaming for his mother. What annoys me the most about you human mortals is that whenever you don't have the strength to fight, you start begging for help as if someone is going to come into your rescue. You disgust me, mortals. Die. Just as the boy's mother was about to get attacked, a large figure appears and rescues the mother and the child. The dragon says, what is this? You're safe. Run away from here now. The boy answers, thank you very much, Mr. Rabbit. Let's go, Mom. Dispo appears and says, yeah, don't call me Mr. Rabbit. My name is Dispo. I'm the fastest man in the world. The dragon looks at Dispo and says, damn you! Take my fangs! Take my most powerful attack! At that moment, Dispo starts to move quickly and says, Fist Flash! Dispo defeats the dragon with just one blow. Soon after, the Pride Trooper squad is assembled. Topo says, it looks like we'll have to take care of all this non-stop invasion. While Jiren doesn't come back, we'll have to fight these guys bravely and show our real powers. Our squad is the most powerful. Topo was very confident, but in his thinking, he starts to reflect and says, Jiren, I hope all is well with you. Please, do not die. Celestial portal near the entrance to the palace of the High Priestess Sakai. At that moment, Jiren and Hit begin to combine their attacks together against Yujiro the Annihilator. Yujiro easily dodges and with a sarcastic smile says, aliens in the Saiyan, full plate for the destroyer of worlds. Hit starts to laugh and says, I've never felt the urge to eliminate someone like this guy. Yujiro says, so you're trying to fight 3 against 1? This is both a disadvantage. Cauliflower watches and speaks. Who do you think you are, you bastard? We're in a war. In a war, anything goes. Cauliflower activates her new transformation and unthinkingly charges directly at Yujiro. Hit says, Cauliflower, wait! This could be a trap! Cauliflower starts to land several attacks on Yujiro. Yujiro, the Annihilator, starts taking several hits insanely. Yujiro says, how is this such power possible? I thought powerful Saiyans were only those from Universe 7. Cauliflower throws Yujiro at Hit. Hit stranges this a bit, but still hits Yujiro. At that moment, Jiren had his eyes closed, trying to understand the whole situation. Jiren says, this doesn't make any sense. This guy looked all confident in battle, now he's taking a lot of hits. Wait, what if he... At that moment, Jiren screams, Hit! Cauliflower! Get out of there now! It's a trap! Yujiro starts to laugh and says, too late! Connection! Hit in Cauliflower's body starts to take a lot of damage even though they're standing still. Yujiro uses an instant recovery technique and says, now I'm brand new! Too bad I can't say the same for you two. Weekend Hit says, damn it, what have you done? You fools! Did you think I wouldn't be able to escape all these blows? You make me laugh. My secret connection technique makes enemies who receive it have their lives connected to mine.
If I receive blows from another enemy, they do too. But nothing happens to me. Did you know? While Hit and Caulifla attacked me and thought they were humiliating me, they were really just attacking each other. Caulifla falls to the ground and says,
You miserable piece of... I'm sorry, Jiren.
Hit makes a serious face while still standing and moves forward to attack Yujiro. Yujiro says, You're crazy! Trying to attack me even though you know the result will be your death. Hit smiles and says, If the result is my death, why are you going astray? Jiren watches and speaks. He's right, Hit. If you continue like this, you will die. Hit responds, That's not a problem for me. I was born ready to die. Caulifla, lying on the ground, looks at Jiren and speaks.
Don't even think about it. We better do something here that I can only die after becoming the strongest Saiyan.
Yujiro launches a large blast of energy at Hit and Caulifla. Hit says, Caulifla, let's stay on a dodge. Jiren speaks, Please, you two, don't get involved. Let me take care of this guy. I have a plan. Hit looks at Caulifla and the two start to run away. Yujiro starts to laugh and says, Like I was going to let you guys get away. Yujiro dashes directly in front of Caulifla and Hit. At that moment, Jiren appears and speaks, I will be your opponent now. Furious, Yujiro speaks, So let's attack me and make your friends suffer the pain. Jiren is silent. Yujiro steps forward and starts landing several blows on Jiren. Hit observes and speaks, Jiren, I hope you know what you're doing. Yujiro lands several blows on Jiren until Jiren begins to falter. Caulifla speaks,
Damn it, it's impossible to win. For Jiren to be able to defeat him, he would have to kill us. That's the end for us.
Yujiro speaks, I have told them that I should fight Son Goku, but you shut up. The end of you all has come. Yujiro creates a large sphere of energy looking like a sun and says, Burn! Amaterasu! Hit doesn't say anything. Caulifla gets serious and says,
We're about to die. If Jiren wanted to get out of here, he could. But he still doesn't abandon us.
Jiren begins to watch the large energy being launched at them, and he reflects. Flashback of Jiren on planet Belmont, god of destruction of Universe 11. Belmont was training with Jiren in a one-on-one fight. Jiren was having the upper hand in the fight and says, It seems that my powers are superior to that of the god of destruction. Belmont starts to laugh, drawing 2 cards from his deck and says, I wouldn't count on it, Jiren. Belmont draws the Queen and Joker card, which combined give Belmont unlimited magical powers. At that moment, Belmont says, Destruction stealing energy. Belmont creates several chains on Jiren's body. Jiren looks at Belmont and says, Impossible. Belmont starts laughing and says, You lost, Jiren. You are very powerful in physical strength, but you lack to fight enemies with high magical powers. Alright, I'll release you. Let's continue on training. Jiren smiles. Back to current times. Jiren was about to take the attack from Yujiro. Yujiro screamed insanely, Goodbye, mortals, die! Jiren starts laughing and says, Your madness will be the reason for your defeat. Jiren's body starts to turn red. Jiren begins to rage amid the gigantic sun that was being thrown at him. Jiren holds the sun and with great impacts launches Yujiro's attack into space. Yujiro says, What? Impossible! At that moment, Jiren advances towards Yujiro and points as if he was going to hit Yujiro with a big punch. Caulifla says,
Oh no! We're going to feel the full impact of Jiren's punch!
Hit remains silent. Yujiro speaks, Are you crazy? Will you kill all your companions? Jiren approaches Yujiro and says, Mental sealing technique of destruction. At that moment, Yujiro gets scared and Jiren touches Yujiro's head. Yujiro is speechless and unable to say a word. Absolute silence arises. Caulifla asks,
What happened to him? He's paralyzed?
It speaks. A killer technique of destruction that cancels all enemy magic effects due to attack in the brain. Yujiro is in an empty dimension in his mind that he will never be able to escape from. Seems like Jiren was able to master a killer technique of destruction that not even the greatest assassin, me, was capable of using. Impressive.
Cauliflower says, "What? So are we safe?"
Yes, we are. Jiren, with his energy all spent, is about to fall to the ground and is caught by Hit. Jiren gets up and on Hit's shoulder says, "We don't have time to stand here. Let's go back."
Cauliflower speaks, "I owe you one, Jiren. You saved our lives."
Save your words for later. This is all just the beginning. Universe 6 and 11 unitedly win the battle against Yujiro the Annihilator. Oob next to Goten and Trunks at Paozu Mountain. Goten and Trunks are impressed by Oob. Goten says,
"Wow, Trunks, this guy is strong. He easily managed to defeat that villain."
Trunks responds,
"He's very strong. If it weren't for him, we would be in real trouble now, Goten." "Hey, Oob, thank you very much."
Oob smiles and answers,
"There's nothing to be thankful for. I feel that for some reason my powers have started to rise because I've been chosen to put an end to this war."
Trunks doesn't quite understand what Oob was trying to say. At that instant, a huge shudder starts happening right on Paozu Mountain. Goten and Trunks get serious. Oob looks and speaks,
"What is this monstrous power?"
A smiling voice says,
"Calm down, it's just me."
Broly appears alongside Krillin, Tien, and Yamcha. Broly says,
"I felt a big bang coming from several locations, but I saw it here because I felt Trunks and Goten's ki weakened. But from what I'm seeing, you managed to resolve this situation."
Goten says,
"Thank you, Mr. Broly, but all this could be resolved thanks to Oob."
Broly watches and speaks,
"Thanks for the help, kid. I don't remember Goku or Vegeta talking about a warrior as strong as you on the planet Beerus."
Oob starts to smile and responds,
"There's nothing to be thankful for. I'm just here to help.
Let's end this war." Krillin notices a familiar energy in Oob's ki.
Krillin begins to think, No, it's not possible. I'm sure I know this energy. It's the same as the time he turned me into chocolate. Even his name is Oob. If we read his name backwards, it will be the same as Boo. This boy definitely has a relationship with Majin Buu."
Krillin begins to remember the whole Earth being destroyed and begins to be scared to death. At that moment, Broly holds Krillin's shoulder and says,
"Don't worry. If something gets out of hand, I'm here to help."
Krillin responds in his thoughts, but then he starts to reflect.
Phew, at least we have Broly here with us. But wait, what if Broly gets out of hand too? What if he...
Palace of the High Priestess Sakai. Vegeta had been having his fight against Shiva, the Blood Angel. Shiva says, Vegeta, you and Son Goku fought my clone in the Void Dimension when you were trapped by Saki and Basara, and together you barely managed to do anything to my clone. What makes you think you could do something to me? You are very foolish. You will never be able to do something against me, you mortal. Vegeta initially has a serious face, but soon after he starts to smile and says, I came prepared to rip Sakai's head off. And now a weakly angel like you appears in front of me with 1,000 lectures thinking I'll be scared. Surely you don't know the Prince of all Saiyans. We Saiyans have no limits to our powers. The Vegeta you knew is not the same as before. And know that after Kakarot eliminated his clone, we freed a clear friend of yours from the past. Shiva watches with a serious face and says, What are you talking about? Don't tell me you... We released the dragon Zaffi from his ceiling in the empty dimension, and he taught the essence of Yamoshi to Kakarot. And I discovered that I have the essence of the reincarnation of the Saiyan God Yamazaki. I will end you, Shiva. At that moment, a great shudder begins to occur at Vegeta's location, and Shiva's strength begins to increase exponentially. Shiva gets irritated and says, I should have killed you two then and there. You didn't deserve to live. Sakai will be extremely furious when he finds out that the dragon was released. That couldn't have happened. After finishing with Vegeta, I will come for you, Zafir! Blood spikes! Vegeta receives this attack. Several spikes begin to come out of Shiva's head and begin to be launched at high speed at Vegeta. Vegeta says, "What? She's pulling several thorns from her head! What a bizarre thing!" Vegeta, with his Ultra Ego activated, starts to dodge Shiva. Shiva watches and starts laughing. Too slow. At that moment, several thorns starts to hit Vegeta. Vegeta says, "Damn it, impossible!" Vegeta begins to receive several very powerful blows from Shiva, and his body is completely bloodied and lying on the ground. Shiva says, "It's finally over." These Saiyans are still weak as ever. A huge laugh erupts and a huge punch at lightning speed lands on Shiva's face. Frightening Shiva says, What was this?" Vegeta, even pierced and with his Ultra Ego activated, starts laughing. Shiva says, "How is this possible? How is this guy still alive?" Vegeta says, "Yamazaki. The essence of Yamazaki is amazing!" Vegeta's body instantly begins to heal from his wounds inflicted by the bloody angel. Vegeta says, "Now, it'll be your end, Shiva. Now the one who will spill blood will be you!" Interesting. So is he able to do that? Perfect. Teach me more about this Yamazaki essence. North side of the High Priestess Palace. Goku was lying on the ground. Kai, the strongest angel, says, "Looks like it's over now." Goku gets back to his feet. Kai speaks. "You are very persistent. In fact, maybe even more than Gon. That boy had a lot of nerve. He thought he could beat me just because he had Saiyan powers mixed with angel powers. He just forgot that a purebred angel like me possesses extremely high powers." Goku, angry, says, "I already told you to stop talking about God! It's your fault he was captured here!" Goku advances towards the Kai. At that moment, his Order form had already been lost due to several blows that Goku had received from Kai. Goku says, "Damn it! This guy's power is light years greater than Saki and Bazara together! Is that really the power of an angel? If that's true, Mr. Whis always teased us even the moment we left the room of the gods. I promised to save Gon and the Earth, but if this continues, I won't be able to pass even this guy, and that can't happen." I says, "Son Goku, you talk too much. You get the fists of the strongest." Kai creates a large sphere of energy in his fists and hits Goku with all his might. Goku is thrown away, and at the same time he gets up and tries to attack Sakai. Kai begins to receive several blows from the Saiyan. Goku speaks, "Take all these blows and feel the power of the Universe 7 Saiyan, Goku!" Initially, Sakai receives the blow with a serious face, but soon after he starts to laugh and talk. "Not a chance. Is this what I've waited so long to fight Goku for?" Goku watches and speaks. "Impossible." Kai lands one punch on Goku, which makes him lose his transformation and falls to the ground. Kai begins to pull away from Goku. Goku says, "Where do you think you're going?" Kai says, "You're no longer able to fight. If you want to save Gon so badly, come after me." Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Goku closes his eyes and Kai continues to leave the location of the High Priestess Palace. Goku speaks. "I was defeated. This couldn't happen." At that moment, a great light begins to appear in front of Goku. Goku says, "Has he changed his mind and decided to kill me now?" A shadow appears over Goku and the image of Vados appears above him. "What? Vados? How did you get here?" Vados says, "Hey Goku, I'm not the Vados you know. I am Gon's real mother from another timeline." Goku says, "What? I must be crazy. Goku had been defeated by Kai. The supremacy of the most powerful angel force surpassed Goku. A great light appeared at the scene of the fight, and Goku, falling to the ground in his unconscious, says, "What is happening to me? Nothing is making sense. Why didn't Kai kill me? Where am I? Who are you anyway?" The moment Goku was defeated, the image of Vados appeared in front of him. Goku stayed for several moments questioning himself. Vados from another timeline says,
Son Goku, I'm very happy to meet you. And I'm also impressed to see that you're just like the Goku I fell in love with in my timeline.
Goku watches and speaks. Huh? What do you mean, Mr. Vados? Are you telling me that you are not the Vados I know? Sister of Mr. Whis from Universe 7?
That's not it, you silly. I am Vados, but from another timeline. You were lucky to have fought against Kai, who, even though he was on Sakai's side, is the fairest angel in combat. He probably let you live so that you could have more time to recover your powers and become stronger. I've been watching all your struggles silently inside you.
What? Inside of me? I just might be going crazy.
Exactly, Goku. Before this war, and because of all the catastrophe that had occurred in my timeline, I had to talk to myself from this timeline because very similar events were taking place in both timelines. The Goku of my timeline has become an angel by my side, but for some reason an unknown presence is sealing his powers and he has been injured since his last battle. We were facing hard times there. Since I started to analyze it all, I realized that his timeline was the cause of all this. And because of this great catastrophe and because of me, and Goku not being able to leave our timeline. But I know that Gon could be the key to putting an end to this war. I also knew that this was a double-edged sword. That's why I implanted a part of my energy under his body, and if something happened to him, my energy from his body would be dispersed, and I would then be able to talk to you from this Son Goku timeline.
Goku is watching all confused and speaks. This is all pretty crazy. Even though the Vados son I know just showed me that I had a child with her in another timeline. Vado looks at Goku and says,
Mr. Goku, pay attention, please. I don't know if you know, but the relationship between angels and mortals is forbidden and considered a heavenly crime. And this entails several consequences. However, if the relationship between an angel and a mortal is a crime, then the result of it is true insult to the gods.
Goku makes a serious face. Vados concludes,
I think you already understand why I'm here. It's time for you to discover the whole truth about Goku, the mortal Saiyan, and Vados the angel, the two heavenly sins.
Hey, how's it going? Just here to remind you to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel so you don't miss any videos, and stay well inside our entire universe of the Z Warriors. Without further ado, let's go back to the point. Timeline number 14. The timeline number 14 is similar to Trunks' timeline until the moment Zeno-sama destroyed the entire universe. It turns out that unlike Trunks' timeline, Vados and Champa appear at the time that Zeno-sama is destroyed on Earth and teleport the Earth to an empty galaxy, making everyone believe that the universes of timeline 14 had been destroyed, but they were not. Vados says,
Look, Mr. Champa, that was really close. If we'd only taken a little longer, everything would have turned into cosmic dust.
Champa says, I don't have to deal with everything Beerus did. We managed to save the universe, but the Earth was completely eradicated by Zeno. And on top of it, they took Zeno-sama from our timeline to theirs. Vados smiles and says,
You know, that makes our timeline a lot easier to hack since we don't have Zeno-sama anymore, right, Mr. Champa?
Champa says, Don't piss me off, Vados. You know damn well this was his idea. Vados says,
Well, I believe if we did that, we need at least if the souls of the Earth were all taken to the world of Amadayo.
Let's go there then. Planet Lord Kaio. Goku trains alongside King Kai. Goku, after his death from heart disease, did not stop training for a day, vowing to protect the world of souls, since he was unable to protect the Earth due to having died from the natural heart disease. Lord Kaio says,
Goku, don't you get tired of getting strong? I'm sure no one who shows up here will be able to do anything against us.
This is all thanks to you, Mr. Kaio. You trained me and made me reach unimaginable powers. I'm excited to keep getting stronger. The last tournament you had was amazing. Meanwhile, at the entrance to the realm of the dead, Emadayo is desperate to see so many souls arriving without stopping. Emadayo questions, "What the heck is happening here? What happened to the earth of this universe?" At that moment, Vados and Champa appear in front of Emadayo and speaks.
It seems that everyone around here ended up getting complicated, isn't it, Emadayo? All these clouds are dead from the earth due to the extinction that Zeno-sama created. But wait, who is this mortal who continues with his fleshy body even beyond death?
Emadayo responds, "Are you talking about Goku? He's a formidable opponent who protected the earth for a long time, but due to a heart disease, he ended up dying. Surely if he was alive still, he would not have let them eradicated the land." Champa observes and speaks, "Vados, let's see who this Goku guy is. So if he were alive, my brother's universe wouldn't have appeared. I don't like this guy anymore." Goku continues training from King Kai's planet until such time as King Kai says, What an absurd power is this? It cannot be." Goku watches and speaks. "What are you talking about, Mr. Kaio? It's like you saw a ghost." Lord Kaio responds, "Damn it, they're already here." Vados and Champa appear on King Kai's planet. Vados sees Goku and blushes and says,
Wow, what a handsome man.
Champa watches. "You're the mortal to blame for the death of my brother. Because of you, the earth no longer exists." Goku watches and speaks. "What? The earth was destroyed? Trunks? Wait, what are you talking about? I've been dead for a while now." Champa dashes forwards to attack Goku. Lord Kaio says, "Goku, run away! It's Champa, the god of destruction from Universe 6! You don't stand a chance against him!" Goku transforms into a Super Saiyan and speaks. "I'm sorry, Mr. Kaio, but I can't run away from a fight." Champa starts laughing and says, "Look at him, Vados! What a daring mortal! He still dares to want to fight a god of destruction. Hey, mortal, what is your name?" "Name Son Goku of Earth." "Perfect. I will engrave your name. I am Champa, the god of destruction from Universe 6. Engrave that name, and because it will be the last name you will hear in your life." Vados begins to watch and speaks.
A mortal who even without chances challenges a god of destruction to protect his friends is a warrior spirit and is recognized even by the gods. This feeling in my body, my skin turning red, my heart pounding, and the feeling of wanting to know him more. It can't be. I'm in love. Come on, Son Goku. Show Champa that you're the most powerful warrior of all universes. I'm rooting for you.
King Kai watches and speaks. "What? Is the angel of the god of destruction universe rooting for Goku?" Champa responds, "Vados! What the fuck are you talking about?" Kaio's planet. Champa is startled to see that Vados was rooting for Goku to win the fight. Champa says, "Vados, what are you talking about? Are you rooting for a mortal you barely know?" King Kai watches and says, But what a surreal thing is happening here. A god of destruction and an angel appear here on my planet to challenge Goku, and on top of that, the angel seems to have changed sides from 1 hour to another. Vados is looking at Goku. The angel is enchanted. Vados says, "What is happening to me? I've never felt like this before. What's so special about this warrior? I feel that he's not like the others. It seems that even his fighting spirit is that of a mortal, but he still manages to transcend the limits of goodness." Goku watches and speaks. "Finally, someone strong for me to fight. For all this time, I've been here training on Lord Kaio's planets, and I couldn't find anyone. Sometimes there were tournaments, but they were all boring tournaments, because the warrior seems to be, always tired. When I see now that I'm fighting a god, this is going to be too much." Champa observes and speaks. "This brat is excited because he's fighting me, and he hasn't stopped for a moment to think that if I take him out now, his entire existence will disappear." Man, you're really funny. By the way, you don't have the slightest idea what the power level of a god of destruction is, but now I'm going to teach you. Champa begins to raise his power, causing everyone on King Kai's planet and that region to start to get scared. Goku makes a serious look on his face and says, "But wait, how did this guy increase his power so much by just erasing his ki?" Champa rushes forward and lands a punch on Goku, knocking him away. Lord Kaio says, "Goku!" Champa says, "Ha! He's gone! No mortals are able to resist my
fist of destruction. I am amazing. Well, let's go, Vados. Let's get out of here. This guy you're talking about is a weakling. He would never have been able to save the Earth from these threats.
Vados starts laughing. Champa observes and speaks.
What the hell are you laughing at, Vados?
You see, Mr. Champa, if I were you, I wouldn't tell you that the battle is already over.
At that moment, Goku's voice comes up.
Ouch, ow.
That was a really strong punch. If I hadn't turned into a Super Saiyan, he would definitely have blown my head off with that blow.
Impossible.
Goku steps forward and speaks. My turn. Kamehameha!
What?
Champa is startled and receives Goku's gigantic Kamehameha. Vados observes and speaks.
This is amazing. Not once is he scared of Mr. Champa, even though Mr. Champa says he's a god of destruction. It seems like this mortal, Son Goku, is just happy for the pleasure of fighting. There's no way I can't help it but cheer for him. This sounds a lot like the legend of the warrior who surpasses the gods. Could it be?
Champa counters Goku's attack and speaks.
Now you obey me, you miserable mortal! Hakai! Oh no! Goku, run away! He's covering his body with Hakai energy! According to rumors, what Hakai energy touches disintegrates!
What? Champa begins to release various Hakai energy and Goku dodges all of them. Goku notices that everything Champa's Sakai energy touches begins to disappear. Goku says, "What the hell are you doing? This planet is too small. There's not just the two of us in this place. If you continue like this, you're going to erase this planet completely." Vados was dazzled by everything she was seeing, but Champa was mad and launches a devastating attack across the planet of Lord Kaio. A part of Champa's Sakai energy is released out of control and advances to Vados' side. Champa says,
"Oh no! Vados, get out of there!"
Vado had her mind elsewhere, thinking of everything she was seeing. Champa speaks,
"Come on, Vados, don't just stand there!"
The moment Vados regains consciousness, she sees Champa's Sakai energy come in front of her, and Goku appears in front of her to save her. Vado says,
"Hey, get out of there! You're trying to hold Mr. Champa's Sakai energy in your hand! No matter how strong you are, you'll be disintegrated by all this!"
Goku, holding Hakai energy, says,
"It doesn't matter if you disintegrate my body or whatever you do. I will never be able to watch someone defenseless being attacked and do nothing. You claim to be a god, and even if you attack a friend, I will never forgive you!"
Goku, with great fury, manages to grab the Hakai energy and send it to the skies. Lord Kaio says,
That's impossible. He just deflected the god of destruction's attack.
At that moment, Champa says,
"How dare you, you damn mortal!"
Champa moves forward to attack Goku and the two starts to land several punches on each other. Champa speaks,
"How is this guy managing to fight me? It doesn't make any sense. I've never seen a mortal fight like that. It seems that this mortal's body was made to fight. The more blows he receives, the stronger he gets. Does that mean that this is the result of training on Lord Kaio's planet? Alright then."
Champa concentrates the Hakai energy in his hand and says,
"No matter what level of power you have, you will never be able to escape this blow. You managed to escape my long-range attacks, but this time, we are extremely close, Son Goku. It's practically impossible for me to miss this Hakai. Prepare for your end!"
Goku says,
"Damn it. Can this guy still perform that same technique one more time?"
Just as Champa was about to land another Hakai on Goku, Vados enters in front of holding Champa's arm with extreme ease and canceling his Hakai. Goku says,
"What is that? Is she really that strong? Amazing!"
Vados, in her thoughts, all happy, says,
He said I'm amazing!
Champa says,
Vados, what the hell are you doing?
At that moment, Vados speaks,
Mr. Champa, we're bothering Mr. Kaio's planet too much, and from what I can see, Goku is not to blame for the Earth being destroyed either. He has already shown himself to be extremely strong after all. Not just anyone can stop a Hakai blow from Mr. Champa.
Champa responds,
He only managed for that Hakai blow because I didn't put in full power.
Vados says,
Mr. Goku, please listen to me. From what I'm seeing, you like to fight a lot. I've analyzed all your moves, and no matter how strong you are, I realize that you have a lot to improve.
Thank you, Miss Vados. I'm always striving to get stronger. Vados smiles and says,
That's perfect. You want to get stronger and stronger to protect the current planet you live on. I have a proposition for you. There's a fight that you can get much stronger. Come train on Planet of Destruction of Universe 6, Mr. Goku.
Champa watches and says,
Vados! I don't understand you. What are you talking about? What's going on with you? You can't just do that.
Lord Kaio watches and speaks.
None of this is making sense.
Goku says, Will I get stronger, Lady Vados? But of course I will. Vados is thinking and says,
I finally did it. Now you will be mine, Son Goku.
Planet Champa, Universe 6. Goku was fascinated by what Universe 6 Planet of Destruction looked like. Goku says, The atmosphere here is totally different from Kaio's planet. It seems like it's extremely denser. How can someone train here? Vados started to laugh and looked at Goku. Meanwhile, on King Kai's planet, Lord Kaio says, What is happening? How did Goku, even in a transformation as simple as that of a Super Saiyan, manage to hold on Hakai energy from the god of destruction of another universe? I remember very well that as ancient rumors, Champa alongside Beerus conquered several planets even before they were gods of destruction. It is not possible that Champa used his attack with the intention of defeating Goku. Even so, and what about that angel that seems to be wanted to defend Goku? How can this happen? Last time Champa destroyed several universes in the blink of an eye, and now Goku has been sent down to Universe 6 itself. What is the angel of Universe 6 up to? Back to current times in the Celestial War, Goku in his mind heard everything Vados from the other timeline said. Goku speaks. Don't joke with me, Lady Vados. Me, in another timeline, in my Super Saiyan form, was able to fight a god of destruction? If you think that in this timeline, me as a Super Saiyan 3 was knocked out by Sir Beerus? Vados says,
Exactly, Mr. Goku. But don't mind that. You in my timeline always called everyone's attention, whether for your strength or the distortions that ended up happening. Remember that transformation don't mean anything if the user himself doesn't have incredible power. Think about it. Broly didn't need to reach the transformation levels of you and Mr. Vegeta, and he was more powerful than you two.
Goku responds, Yeah, that's true, Lady Vados. But, Vados, so that's how we ended up together in your timeline. And Gon was born. Vados changes her face and says,
In parts, Mr. Goku. Let me conclude the events. Get ready to know the whole truth.
Back to Vados and Goku's timeline flashback. Goku was on the planet Champa alongside Vados. Champ says,
I refuse to train this mortal. I want to see how he alone will manage to get stronger. Vados, what are you doing? Is a mistake.
Vados then says,
Oh, Mr. Champa, I know it's a mistake, but I must listen to my heart. From the moment I saw that mortal, it seems that everything was predestined. He even held a Hakai energy to protect me. You know what that means?
Even so, that is not a plausible Vados explanation.
Champa is impressed to feel a great energy being raised by Goku. Goku was managing to train with his body perfectly in a short time on the planet of destruction, which no mortal had ever managed. Vados observes and speaks.
That's amazing! Keep it up, and let's start our training, Mr. Goku.
Vados alongside Goku began their training in the Room of the Angels, a dimension within the planet of destruction, and Goku manages to learn the mastery of Ultra Instinct alongside Vados. Goku and Vados leave the Angel Room after 10 days. Champa says,
How did you take so long with this training?
Vados, with all that smile, begins to speak.
It was very simple, Lord Champa. I offered my training to Goku, but in exchange for making him stronger, he would have to be my boyfriend.
What? Vados!
Goku starts to smile and says,
Mr. Vados, this training was incredible.
I'm sure no one will be able to defeat us. The Ultra Instinct Mastery technique is incredible. Champa interrupts and says,
It's not possible! Are you saying that this mortal has learned the mastery of Ultra Instinct?
Exactly, Mr. Champa.
Goku shows Champa his current power level. Goku activates his Ultra Instinct in a blink of an eye, but his skin begins to turn blue like an angel's. Strange, Vados says.
Why is Goku's skin turning like this? Is it?
Champa says,
Vados! In addition to learning Ultra Instinct, due to spending so much time with you in the Angels room, did he still end up acquiring the power of the Angels?
Goku starts laughing and says, You mean that's why I'm feeling my power so high? This is amazing. Champa changes their face and speaks.
Vados!
Vados interrupts Champa and says,
I know, Mr. Champa, I know. I can even imagine why this could happen.
Goku observes with another face and says, What are you talking about? Champa says,
Vados wasn't pleased that Zero-sama had destroyed the Earth on the whim of not liking the way the Earth was. With that, she took the decision away from mortals. However, Zero-sama believed that he had destroyed his entire Son Goku universe. But Vados managed to save her universe. By the time the gods found out, this could turn out to be a problem.
Goku speaks, but why would the gods want to destroy the universe? And who is Zeno-sama? Vados speaks.
Zeno-sama is the supreme being who takes care of all celestial order alongside my father, the father of angels.
Goku speaks. Oh, the father of angels? Oh, it must be pretty strong, isn't he, Miss Vados? Vados says,
That's not something you should be considering, Mr. Goku. It happens that there's a rule that angels cannot interfere in the decision of mortals. But Zeno, as the order of everything as well as the gods of destruction, can destroy whatever they want in order to cause balance. You may find it offensive that I prevented the destruction of your universe, Mr. Goku.
Goku observes with another face and says, I get it. So they're the bad guys. Huh. I won't let them do anything to us, Lady Vados.
You idiot! It's not that! Just listen! You have no idea what you're talking about, so I'm going to explain. Your universe has always had several catastrophes. He's always been a celestial threat. My brother doesn't exist anymore because of you. Now, because of you too, we're picking a fight with the Lord of everything. What kind of spell did you cast on Vados? Come on, Vados, do something!
Vados smiling says,
Oh, Mr. Champa, don't be silly. Mr. Goku didn't cast anything on me. I'm just in love. It was love at first sight.
Champa is saddened. At that moment, a great light appears over the planet Champa. Champa feels a great pressure of energy and starts shaking with fear. Goku looks and speaks. What is it, Mr. Champa? It's like you saw a ghost. Why are you like this? Champa says,
It's all your fault. It's all your fault. It's this mortal's fault. Please don't judge us. Don't do anything with us. Ah!
Vados changes her expression to a serious one. Vados says,
Mr. Goku, I hope you've really learned to control your angelic power alongside your Ultra Instinct, because now you're gonna need it.
At that moment, Goku observes and speaks. What are you talking about, Vados? The light disappears, and from the end of that light comes Daishikan, the father of all angels. Daishikan speaks. Vados, Vados, you are under arrest for the celestial crimes of concerning with a mortal and saving a universe against Zeno-sama's will. At that moment, Goku appears and says, Oh, so you're the father of all angels. Bad guys like you won't get Miss Vados from here. Daishikan in a blink of an eye appears from behind Goku and throws him away. Champa is scared to death. Daishikan says, It's over for you. All universes begin to shudder amid extremely high angelic power in the timeline Vados and Goku were related to. All mortals in all universes began to be afraid of the atmospheric energy that was displayed. Universe 11, Parallel Timeline. Balmond begins to observe and speaks. Due to the disappearance of Beerus, it seems that Champa has started to act, but still,
Some things are happening that leaves me with sharp thinking. Whose energy is this coming from? It looks like a mortal with Saiyan powers being combined with an angel. I don't understand. How does so much power emanate? Margarita, the angel of Universe 11, starts to laugh.
Does that amaze you, Lord Belmont?
Belmont says, it seems that something is happening in Universe 6, and now his father energy is also being emanated there. Should we be worried? Margarita continues to laugh and responds,
I believe that the problem is not with us, but I feel that my sister is in trouble. Vados, by the looks of it, must have been up to something. The energy of my father is a combat energy, so he will definitely want to do something. I remember it as it was today, that he faced several gods of destruction alone in the past, and in the blink of an eye, he managed to defeat them.
Belmont questions, do you think he would have the courage to attack Champa and Vados? Margarita laughing says,
We cannot doubt the father of angels.
Universe 6. Goku is thrown into the rubble of planet Champa. Daishikan looks at Vados and Champa and speaks. God of destruction of Universe 6, for now I will not punish you for your crime. But Vados, you will not go unpunished. Now you may come with me. Daishikan prepares its attack. Divine redemption! Vados with a serious face says,
It seems that there's no way. Now you will have to see how much stronger your daughter has become.
Daishikan is impressed that Vados managed to escape his attack. Vados says,
I don't know how long I'll be able to fight you, Dad, but I won't be defeated without even a fight.
Daishikan observes the body of Vados and says, it's not possible. I seem to feel another angelic energy in Vados' body. Doesn't make any sense. Don't tell me that. No, I can't jump to conclusions. At that moment, Champa is watching and says, how is it possible? Two angels are fighting. I have never seen such an absurd battle before. But I can't let Vados be defeated. But wait, it's the father of angels. Now that Shadowsama is no longer here in this timeline, Daishikan must not know what to do either. Daishikan continues fighting Vados. Vados starts to feel random pains in her body, and her body starts to weaken. Vados says, what's happening to my body? Daishikan says, do not resist anymore. You're at your limit, Vados. Enough of that, and come with me. You'll have to be sealed. Vados responds by laughing.
Why are you doing that? Xanosama is not even here with us anymore. He's in another timeline now. This timeline is devastated because we angels always obey the ideas of a child who actually doesn't even know what he's doing.
Daishikan is quiet. At that moment, Vados continues to say,
I knew it. You don't agree with him either.
Daishikan, who was quiet again, says its attack. Shut up, Vados! Divine redemption! Frightened, Vados was going to receive his attack. A great light appears and a voice appears. Vados-san. I knew that the father of Angel was strong, but I never imagined that he would be that powerful. What an incredible force was that? Champa speaks. What? Son Goku survived the Daishikan's attack? Goku says, no time for stalling. Kamehame! Ah! Daishikan quickly dodges and says, what attack was that? If it hit me, it would have done a lot of damage. At that moment, Goku appears in front of Daishikan and speaks. I'm sorry to keep you waiting, but now it's time for the second round. Daishikan smiles. Goku and Daishikan begin to exchange several punches. Large cracks and rifts in time begin to be created. Vados watched the fight and saw that everything that she didn't want to happen was happening. Vados on her thought says, why, Dad? Why are you fighting Goku? Why is Goku fighting? Damn it! Champa found the appearance of Vados strange. Champa says, what's going on, Vados? She doesn't seem well. She barely managed to show her powers against the High Priest and now her features are totally different.
The entire planet Champa begins to shake and Vados rages. A great light appears in her belly and Vados screams in pain. Champa says,
Vados!
Daishikan and Goku stop the fight. Daishikan says, so it was true. Goku says, what are you talking about, Daishikan? Daishikan then says, it's your fault! Vados is pregnant and about to have a baby! Goku and Champa says,
What?
Goku says, I'm going to be a father. Champa says,
Vados! You're gonna have a baby!
Vados was dying of pain and Daishikan changes his futures. Goku deactivates his transformation and Daishikan deactivates his powers and goes to Vados. Daishikan says, looks like it's about to be born. Goku says, but how so? Her belly isn't even big. It hasn't even been that long. Champa responds,
Be quiet, you two! This happened because you stayed in the room of the gods and angels, and the process of birthing an angel is totally different! You still managed to become half an angel by activating Ultra Instinct in the room of the gods and angels!
Vados was still in pain and Daishikan says, it's no use. It will be now. Celestial creation! Goku and Champa are watching and a great light appears. At that moment, a child appears in Vados' arms. Daishikan, not really understanding things, starts talking. So now besides Goku and Vados, now I'm the criminal. But this child's energy is fantastic. It's like the emanate Saiyan power alongside the power of an angel. And that's it. Daishikan says, you three will now come with me. Goku makes a serious face and Champa decides to act. Champa, Vados, and Goku team up to go against Daishikan. At that moment, a great shudder begins to arise. Goku says, will you really want to fight, Great Priest? Daishikan undoes the attack pose and says, now there's no more need. It's too late. Vados says, what are you talking about? Daishikan responds, just as the Oracle Fish spoke, that the birth of a heavenly child would bring about the destruction of all timelines. That child is your son, Son Goku. I thought I would take here on time. The idea would be for me to destroy you. I didn't have the courage. I thought about sealing it, but you resisted, and Goku helped you. But still, I did not understand how this child could do something. Now that's explained. It is the key to release the portals of the universe created by Zeno-sama. The universe that were previously destroyed by Zeno-sama, since it no longer exists in this timeline due to the angelic power that Goku awakened, and now from his son, brought the enemies of the past back. Goku says, what are you talking about? Who is it you're talking about? Daishikan speaks, the mother of all angels, Sakai. Probably without Zeno-sama, it's practically impossible for us to win, and they will go after your child. Goku starts laughing and says, Great Priest, leave it to us. I will grow stronger and stronger and end this threat. Happy Vados says, a mortal who managed to become an angel, defied the god of destruction, and even went against my father's orders. Surely I made the right choice by being at Son Goku's side. Wait, Son Goku, what will be the name of our child? Goku looks at the child and says, well, he looks like me. Wow, only he has these spiky white hairs. I know. I'll call him Gon. Many twists and turns happened within the timeline of Goku and Vados. Everyone knew a threat was about to emerge. Parallel universe, the voice of the Mother of Angel arises. Finally, I am free! Due to all events bringing about the birth of Gon, Goku began training with Daishikan in the timeline in which he had his son with Vados. However, they were caught in Sakai's trap. Unlike the Z Warriors' timeline, due to the low number of powerful mortals alive, Sakai's invasion was made directly on the angels. Goku, Champa, Daishikan, and Vados were imprisoned by Sakai's army. Goku says, it's not possible! I couldn't even manage to show my power! Fighting an army is practically impossible. Angels, destruction cats, and several other demons. Vados says,
It's just a matter of time for them to find out where Gon is. If they find him, it'll be the end. Now we have virtually no god of destruction alive. The angels are sealed. They can pretty much do whatever they want.
Palace of the Mother of Angels, Goku and Vando's timeline. Sakai speaks to all of his subordinates.
We are finally free. The big amount of releasing Zalama is near. This will be all amazing. Thus, we will control all space and time of all timelines.
Safer watches and says,
This is amazing, Your Majesty.
Kai says,
Interesting. At least for all they've done.
but I don't think we should underestimate these warriors. After all, the Father of Angels is with them. Sakai says,
Don't worry, Kai. They'll never get anything done.
Back to Heavenly Prison. Goku says,
Damn it. We can't lose this war.
Champa says,
How could this happen? Thinking that everything we've done since going to Amadayo's planet was for an oracle fish prophecy.
Vado says,
Calm down, Lord Champa.
Champa responds,
How can we be calm if our timeline is about to be completely vanished?
Vado says,
Look at the big priest. He's very calm. He sure knows what to do.
Goku says, Mr. Daishikan, do you know how to get us out of here? Daishikan responds, Not quite, but I have a plan. Hey! Daishikan spends hours reflecting on everything that was happening. Vados, Champa, and Goku watched in the celestial prison. Daishikan opened his eyes and says, Goku-san, you want to save all timelines, right? Goku responds, Of course, Daishikan. At that moment, Daishikan says, We will transfer your energy and the energy of Vados directly to Gon. And you, Vados, will serve as a bridge to speak to yourself from another timeline. During that time that I was meditating, I found the timeline to which our Zenosama was transferred. In this timeline, there are several powerful mortals who can be a great help in this battle. If you speak to your version of this Vados timeline, you will be able to warn of the coming war before it even starts, and all warriors will be able to train. At the right time, this timeline's Goku, who has angelic powers, will join his energy with this timeline's Goku. All the rest, we will have to trust them. Back to the current times of the Celestial War. Goku in his subconscious says, Vados-san, then that means that Gon's birth was the cause that freed Sakai and the others. Now, on the other hand, I and Vados of that timeline are to blame. Vados from the other timeline responds, I think it's not the time to look for Son Goku to blame. Now the focus is on the solution. And as a gift from yourself from another timeline, I need to pass this energy on to you. Goku begins to receive the angelic energy of Goku from another timeline through Vados. Vados says, My time here is running out. Son Goku, please save Gon and all universes. Just a quick note. All that time that passed while Goku was in his subconscious with Vados from another timeline, no more than 30 seconds had passed in real time. Kai, the strongest angel, kept distancing himself from Goku. Goku increased his power more and more and says, Where do you think you're going, Kai? Kai stops walking and says, What is that? Impossible! He was practically dead! How in such a short time did you manage to get so powerful, Goku? Goku responds, In fact, I don't even know how to explain it. It seems like a dream. But now I know the whole truth and I know what it takes to end this war. Kai starts laughing and says, I should have guessed that the Son Goku rumors were true. You are not an easy opponent to defeat. When everything indicates that you will be eliminated to reappear with a phoenix. Now I will fight for real. Kai starts to rage, and the entire palace of the High Priestess seems to shake. Kai starts to smile. Incredible, Son Goku! You could not be different. I recognize you as the bravest warrior. Let's stop playing games and finish this off with just one hit. I will concentrate all the strongest angel's fists into my left arm. Goku is impressed with the energy he sees Sakai remaining. Goku says, Incredible. This then is the power of the angels. Goku activates his Ultra Instinct, and unlike before, Goku's body begins to change color, resembling the color of Ultra Instinct. Goku speaks. Kai, you are undoubtedly the most powerful warrior I've ever faced in this war. I didn't even think I would fight a guy as strong as you. I'm sure that if we met in another scenario, we would have been good friends, fighting partners. But it seems that this war situation made us on opposite sides. I hope that someday we can meet again. Goku creates a large aura of another Goku behind his back. An all-blue angelic aura. Goku, with his ever-increasing powers, makes Sakai's palace shudder. Goku launches at Kai, and Kai powers up his fist. The two fists collide and a huge shudder takes place in Sakai's palace. Whis and Vados, who were fighting Sakai, stop. Zyrus, who was fighting Gohan, stopped the attack. Everyone is startled. Sakai says, "What was that?" Whis laughed and speaks. Oh, it looks like things are heating up. It's not just you who's really mad, Sakai. Zalama says, "A mortal leveling his powers to that of an angel. Impossible. How can it be? But wait, the two energies are getting weaker. Who will be the winner?" Kai's voice comes over the smoke in Sakai's palace. This is amazing! I've never felt so happy! This fight was the best thing that I've ever had in my life! No one had been able to make the strongest angel get this far! Thank you very much, Son Goku! What? Is this blood? Kai falls to his knees on the floor. The smoke goes away and Goku, with Ultra Instinct activated, says, "You are amazing, Kai." Goku starts to remember everything Vado says. "Thank you, Vado-san. Now I have the necessary power to defeat each and every one of them." Kai, who called himself the strongest angel, goes to the ground. The biggest twist of all happens. Goku, once he had been defeated by the strongest angel, after receiving the words of Vados, released his angelic powers and emerged victorious. But the war continues. At that moment, the Z Warriors continue to have their mortal combats. North side of Sakai's heavenly place, Vegeta, with his body all blooded. Shiva, the bloody angel, says, "Give it up, Saiyan. You knew from the beginning of the fight that there was no way to defeat an angel, Vegeta." Vegeta was still silent. Shiva says, "Goodbye, Vegeta!" Vegeta inexplicably begins to move on Ultra Instinct. "Strange," Shiva says. How is this possible?" Vegeta says, "You can't be called an angel with that deplorable fighting style. There are a lot of strong guys I need to take down in this war." Vegeta again heals his wounds with Yamazaki's essence. Vegeta says, "Let's put an end to this bloody angel fight." Angry Shiva says, "Am you saying?" Let's go. Goku miraculously managed to win the battle against the angel Kai, who called himself the strongest angel. Goku walks over the celestial palace to the top where the high priestess Sakai was located. Goku says, "This power I learned really is amazing, but I feel that I can't control it 100%. I saved the energy of Yamoshi's essence to fight Sakai, but I will still get stronger. How's Vegeta, Gohan, and the others?" At that moment, on the south side of the High Priestess Sakai's palace, Beast Mode Gohan alongside Piccolo fought the angel Zyrus. Piccolo says, "Gohan, pay attention. This angel is now on the offensive. Her techniques are totally different from before. It seems that now she really wants to end this fight quickly." Zyrus says, "You two cheeky ones thought I had techniques only equal to the kiss of death. Now you will know the true strength of an angel." Dark Storm! A large dark mist begins to surround Gohan and Piccolo. Gohan says, "What is this? It's all dark, Mr. Piccolo. Where are you? Azazel watches and says, these two won't stand a chance against Zidus in combat mode. In the past, Zidus and Vados had extremely high and similar powers. Come on, Zidus! Finish them off! Zidus starts to laugh and says, now you understand what happens when you challenge an angel? You will be trapped in an empty dimension with the smoke of darkness until your bodies turn to cosmic dust! At the moment Zidus boasted, a great light appears and double voice speaks. Special Beam Cannon! Zidus quickly dodged the monstrous attack that had been launched. Azazel with a serious face says, I'm not enjoying the progress of this battle. I thought that the only powerful warriors on Earth were Goku and Vegeta, but from what I'm seeing, I was wrong. So the son of Son Goku and his Namek warrior are celestial war potential as well? Gohan speaks. That was a close, Mr. Piccolo. Our combo attacks are without a doubt unstoppable. Piccolo answers. I don't think even Goku and Vegeta have the same rapport as we do. Gohan changes his countenance and speaks. I don't care who you are. Soon we will end Sakai. I'm already tired of crazy people like you believing you can do anything you want. Mr. Piccolo, let's end this one. Gohan activates his Beast Mode 2 form, and Piccolo activates his Nameku God form. Scared, Zidus speaks. What? Gohan in his Beast Mode 2 form starts advancing and pressuring the Angel Zidus. Zidus speaks. How did Immortal strength speed increase so much overnight? Is that which was able to defeat Psycho? It's not possible! A shudder arises. Zidus watches and realizes that Azazel was enraged. Azazel says, come on, Zidus, get rid of these guys! How dare you let these insolent mortals do this to you? Zidus feels pressured and advances towards Gohan. Gohan easily dodges and says, I don't understand. How is an angel afraid of another god? He doesn't even have a relationship with this Priestess Sakai. Zidus gets restless, making his whole body shudder. Piccolo God says, Gohan, back away. There's something strange going on with her. At that moment, Zidus says, eliminate mortals as Lord Azazel orders. Eliminate mortals as Lord Azazel orders. Eliminate mortals as all Azazel orders. Die! Gohan and Piccolo prepare for Zidus' counterattack. North side of the palace of the High Priestess Sakai. Vegeta, with the essence of the legendary Saiyan God, fights the bloody angel Shiva. Shiva says, how's this possible? Can a mortal raise that power so much? Vegeta, you fool! You will never be able to defeat me no matter how much force you involve. Vegeta laughs and says, now you're gone! I know! Flash! Vegeta launches a massive attack on Zidus. Zidus appears in front of Vegeta and says, essence of the Angel of Destruction. The scene where Vegeta was fighting Shiva disappears completely. Vegeta questions himself. Where am I? What is this place? At that moment, Shiva's voice appears, but Vegeta cannot feel her body. Vegeta speaks. Let's go, you damn angel! Reveal where you are as soon as possible. You will never be forgiven. Soon after, a battle scenario appears in front of Vegeta, and the image of all the gods of destruction appears in front of the Universe 7 Saiyan. Vegeta says, what the hell is going on here? It looks like that the same illusion that this angel used in the past for me to fight her alongside Kakarot. What the hell is she up to? Vegeta. Now you're on my battlefield. Have fun with my puppets. On the battlefield created by Sakai, all the gods of destruction appear to attack Vegeta. Vegeta says, impossible! Shiva speaks, let's show your strength. Show me your strength. Aren't you Yamazaki's essence Saiyan? Show me what you're capable of. The god of destruction Liquid charges towards Vegeta. Vegeta instantly activates his ultra ego and speaks. This can only be madness. Are you all gods of destruction? Vegeta closes his eyes and begins to reflect, and right after he clashes his fist with the god of destruction Liquid. Shiva is surprised by the Saiyan's performance. Soon after, the other gods of destruction begin attacking Vegeta at high speed. Vegeta begins to receive several blows. Vegeta, with his body all blooded, says, "This is certainly not all the strength of the gods of destruction. You cannot copy the true strength of the enemy. Even more so with so many warriors together. Just like the last battle, some of your life energy starts to run out. So you sent your clone to attack me and Kakarot in the empty dimension. Meaning if I take out these guys, I just need to find his real body hidden around here." Shiva gets serious and says, "That wretch discovered me." Vegeta. Now tell me, you with that body all worn out, how will you manage to win? Vegeta smiles and says, "Just doing what we Saiyans always do, you pathetic angel. I will overcome my limits." Vegeta begins to receive several combined blows from the gods of destruction, but at the same time, he begins to hit them with big blows. Vegeta drops the ground and says, "It seems that since the beginning of this war, I've been one step behind you, Kakarot. I'm sure that if I were you, I would have done something different. You've always taken your powers to much higher level. That's how you've always done it. In fact, since we had our first fight, you've always been like this. The Tournament of Power was no different, activating your Ultra Instinct. You really are amazing, Kakarot. I thought that when I had activated my Ultra Ego, I had equaled the powers of your Ultra Instinct. And right after awakening Yamazaki's essence, but I see that not. I'm sure you already managed to beat that angel. And I'm still here going through this situation against this bloody angel. This is funny. Me, the Prince of all Saiyans, going through this again." Shiva laughs. He finally doesn't get up anymore. He's learned where he belongs. Haven't you, Vegeta? A big laugh breaks out. Shiva says, "What the hell is going on?" Vegeta's voice rises. "Lord Beerus, I managed to perfect the technique you taught me. This is a true power of destruction!" Shiva and all the gods of destruction are amazed. Vegeta is shirtless, and his hair turns the color of his Ultra Ego and the length of a Super Saiyan 3 hair. Vegeta says, "This is Ultra Ego Phase 2! I absorb all the blows I received from the gods of destruction. Now the phase of destruction begins!" Vegeta versus all the gods of destruction. Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans, the proudest warrior who swore to be the most powerful warrior, the one who overcame all obstacles and changed his entire personality. Vegeta, the son of King Vegeta, the Saiyan who built a family on Earth and swore to fight to protect his loved ones. He is in the toughest battle of his life. A new power was revealed, the level 2 of Ultra Ego. Vegeta is no longer the same. Shiva angrily watches and speaks. Well. If he wasn't hiding yet another trick, does that mean you can get stronger? Vegeta! Let's see what you're able to do! Vegeta didn't say a word. The gods of destruction created by Shiva advance insanely to attack Vegeta. In a few moments, Vegeta says a word. Sakai! A god of destruction is eliminated at the same time. Impressed, Shiva says, "How is it possible? Vegeta, you miserable worm! How could you do that?" Vegeta begins to reflect on his thoughts. Vegeta says, "What is happening to me? Where is so much power coming from? I feel that no one will be able to defeat me like this. It seems that even the gods of destruction are no match for me. I am the Great Vegeta! Get ready." Vegeta begins to remember when he first mastered the Ultra Ego in front of Beerus. Beerus says, "Well done, Vegeta. It seems that you are able to use the energy of destruction. This energy is able to fight on equal terms with Ultra Instinct. Ultra Instinct is the ability that even the gods have difficulty using. But now I can see that Ultra Ego can go much further. This potential that Vegeta is emanated will certainly make him reach a level never seen before. Vegeta activates Ultra Ego Level 2. The palace of the High Priestess Sakai begins to shake. Goku, walking over the palace, senses Vegeta's energy and speaks. Vegeta, what kind of incredible power are you showing? Is this the true essence of Yamazaki? This power is really incredible! Wait, I can feel the Ultra Ego energy of several gods fighting you, Vegeta. What is happening? Shiva begins to feel his energy weakened when he sees that Vegeta had managed to hit a Hakai on a god of destruction. Vegeta insanely begins to attack the gods of destruction while receiving several blows. The gods could not understand what was happening to Vegeta, since the more hits he received instead of retreating, the more he attacked. Shiva says, "Impossible! He's managed to withstand so many blows! Not even the original gods of destruction would be able to do something like that! What are you hiding, Vegeta?" A crucial attack begins to be high. Vegeta begins to eliminate more gods of destruction, creating several craters in the scenario that had been created by the Bloody Angel. A horde of 3 gods of destruction rush towards Vegeta. Vegeta begins to remember from the beginning of his trajectory when he learned the Super Saiyan Blue. Vegeta says, "It seems like yesterday that I trained with Mr. Beerus alongside Whis and Kakarot. When I saw Kakarot reaching the form of a Super Saiyan God, I thought he would never reach that level. I refused to do like Kakarot. Never as a pure Saiyan would need the help of others to get stronger, even if that meant getting killed. I would never accept working like that. I thought we matched our powers when we fought Frieza in his golden transformation. But even so, I let my guard down and let myself to be carried away by arrogance, causing Frieza to destroy everything. If it weren't for Mr. Whis to go back in time, it would have all been over. But now everything's different. Now you and I are no longer pawns of the game of the gods, Kakarot. Now not even the strongest will be able to beat us." Vegeta starts to raise his ki even more, and all the gods of destruction are thrown away. Shiva keeps losing his power. Shiva says, "No way! I'll have to attack together with them. This Ultra Ego's powers are very strange. I don't understand it. It seems that the more hits he takes, the stronger he gets. Even when everything indicated that he would no longer have the strength and would fall to the ground, he got up and got even stronger. There's no chance!" Shiva advances to attack Vegeta. Vegeta was with his body stopped, having thoughts in his subconscious, while several gods of destruction also prepare to attack him. Vegeta receives the attack from Shiva and all the gods of destruction. At that moment, Vegeta starts laughing and says, "Weak, very weak. Is this all the powers of the gods? Are you considered the Bloody Angel? Well, no, it's you who's going to bleed. Calican!" Vegeta starts to deliver a sequence of blows to Shiva, and in the blink of an eye, several gods of destruction are thrown away. Vegeta disintegrates the gods of destruction of Universe 1 and 2, and soon after advances on the other gods of destruction. With each god of destruction that is eliminated, Shiva's life energy begins to diminish. Shiva was already running out of power to fight, and Vegeta was still laughing. Vegeta says, "You, from the beginning, belittled the power of us Saiyans. From the beginning, you laughed at us. When Kakarot and I were imprisoned in the empty dimension, his clone ended up humiliating us. But even so, Kakarot managed to activate Yamoshi's essence with the Infinite Saiyan and defeat his clone. However, time passed. That had been his opportunity to finish us off, but his arrogance made him believe that a Saiyan would never be able to face an angel. And that is the reason for his defeat." Shiva, lying on the ground, says, "You imbecile! Don't think that victory is given to you! Gods of destruction, attack Vegeta!" Vegeta starts to laugh, but he feels that his body is reaching its limits. "I will never be defeated by you, mediocre angel. Supreme Hakai!" Vegeta starts to dodge with the mastery of his Ultra Ego, and soon after, with just one blow, he disintegrates all the gods of destruction that were about to attack him. The battlefield is cleared with only one warrior standing. The warrior is the Prince of Saiyans. Shiva, lying on the ground, says, "Impossible? After all, who are you?" Furious Vegeta says, "I am Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans, and I have just one word. I want you to hear before you die, bloody angel." Shiva is just looking at Vegeta. Vegeta Ultra Ego 2 says, "Sakai!" Shiva, the bloody angel, is eliminated. A huge shudder occurs in Sakai's palace after the bloody angel is disposed of. Everyone notices that Vegeta's energy was neutralized. Vegeta says, "I remember fighting against Gas. I had not been able to defeat him because my Ultra Ego has reached its limits. But this time, it seems that everything's different." So that it was. The secret of the Ultra Ego was to make the heart pure. Pure, willing to destroy everything. Vegeta was different. Vegeta starts walking to the throne of the angel Shiva, who had been defeated, and sits on his throne to recover his energy. Vegeta was smiling crazily, having activated his strongest stage. Neither gods nor angel, no one is a match for the Prince of all Saiyans. To be continued. Little by little, the Z Warriors are managing to win their hardest battles. The big confrontation is about to happen. Hey, my partner, what do you believe and what do you imagine about all this? Regardless of what it is more than important that you already expose it here in your comments so that we can enter into that crazy debate. Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel so you don't miss any videos. And that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Goku and Vegeta and Kakarot fly towards the nearest planet with the golden aura of a Super Saiyan around their bodies, prepared for an immediate fight as they cut through space. They maintain a constant speed, their hair and clothes rippling with gusty energy. Is it the lack of air? The atmosphere seems heavy, and the only one who notices is Kakarot. It seems that Vegeta is really annoyed by the situation. Goku turns to Vegeta and asks, "What do you think we're going to find there?" Vegeta responds with a serious look. "I don't know, but I'm ready to take this mad scientist down." Kakarot nods in agreement. Yes, we have to finish him off before he does more harm to others. During the journey, they pass through a colorful nebula with twinkling stars in every direction. Goku points at her in awe. "Wow, that's amazing! I've never seen anything like this before." Vegeta responds with a crooked smile. "And why are you always distracted by little things like that? Sometimes you look like a real idiot. Is it the power that makes you so confident?" Kakarot interrupts the debate with a gesture. "Calm down. We're not going to start fighting now. We have a mission to accomplish. I know that Vegeta is fierce, but let him take it out on the right person. Goku is like that, and you must have already noticed." Goku looks at Vegeta seriously and says, "Vegeta, I understand the gravity of the situation. I know that there are times when we need to deal with problems seriously and others when we can have fun. But even when we're facing difficulties, we must not ignore the beauties of creation." Vegeta frowns, looking a little confused. "What are you talking about, Kakarot?" he asks. "I'm saying that even if we're facing the evil, we can still find beauty in life," replies Goku. "We can't just lose joy and hope just because there are problems to solve. If we are able to see the beauty in the world, we can find more strength to fight." Vegeta looks at Goku for a moment, looking thoughtful, then gives a nod. "I see what you mean," he says, "and I think you're right. We shouldn't lose sight of what's important in life, even when we're facing difficulties." Goku smiles, looking relieved. "I'm glad you agree with me, Vegeta," he says. "Together, we can face anything." Vegeta thought to himself as they flew through his nearby planet. "I must learn to contain my anger. I can't let it control me." Goku has a very intelligent lifestyle. He knows how to enjoy life and still be a strong warrior. Perhaps I should follow his example and learn to balance my emotions. Vegeta sighs, reflecting on his own failings and how he could improve as a person and a warrior. They keep flying until they finally reach the desired planet. The ground is covered with sharp rocks and dense fog hangs over the thin air. They land in a safe spot. After the fruitless investigation on the previous planet, Goku, Vegeta, and Kakarot set off towards another planet in search of clues about the mysterious scientist. Upon arrival, they realized that the planet was completely dead with no life form. Vegeta felt a deep sadness at the sight of the devastation that had been brought here, while Kakarot muttered words of regret over the planet's demise. They landed on the planet's surface and began to investigate. As they walked, they could see the desolate, barren landscape stretching out before them. Vegeta was particularly disturbed by the destruction, thinking that the Saiyan race valued strength and conquest, but that this could never justify the complete destruction of an entire planet. That's not what happened in my reality. The Saiyans there did it quietly. And how is our honor in the midst of all this? A Saiyan without his honor is nothing. We don't have time to whine. Let's go. The rest of the trip passed in silence, each one lost on their own thoughts and reflections on life and the universe. They knew the journey to find the mysterious scientist would be long and difficult, but they were determined to keep going, even if it meant facing more headache and loss along the way. The warriors arrived on the planet and immediately go to investigate the place. The surface is rocky and arid, with few plants and animals. They walk for a few moments until they reach a hidden entrance surrounded by large rocks. Vegeta says, "This must be the planet. We finally found the place we've been looking for so long." Goku agreed, saying, "Yes, this seems like the right place. Let's investigate." Kakarot said, I think this is the place. It's a perfect location for someone who wants to isolate themselves from the rest of the universe." The three warriors began to scour the planet for more clues. After hours of searching, Vegeta said, "Look at that entrance! It has to be there!" Goku looked at the entrance and asked, "Why don't we feel anyone's presence? It could be that the scientist is stronger than we imagined." Vegeta replied, "Maybe he's hiding his energy, or maybe he's found a way to hide it completely." Kakarot added, "No matter what he's doing, we need to find and stop him before it's too late." The three warriors agreed and headed towards the entrance. They were ready to face any challenge that came their way. The warriors make their way down the dark hallway. To the dark hallway, their eyes adjusting to the gloom as they take in the rough stone walls around them. Electric wires dangling like tentacle snakes across the low ceiling and wind around the walls, lit sporadically by dim bulbs. The ground is uneven, with loose rocks and strange equipment littering the path. The smell of chemicals hangs in the air, and the humidity is palpable. As they proceed, the hallway opens into a larger room. It is large and dimly lit, with a metal table in the center filled with laboratory equipment. The walls are lined with shelves filled with vials and vials of unknown substances. There's a workstation in one corner with a microscope and computer screen displaying intricate graphs and diagrams. As they survey the room, an uneasy feeling begins to settle on their hearts. The atmosphere is heavy and muted, interrupted only by the soft hum of equipment. They know they're in the right place, but the absence of any living presence makes them uneasy. Vegeta eyed the shelves filled with vials suspiciously. "What do you think these substances are?" he asks Goku. Goku shrugs his shoulder. No idea, but I'm more interested in finding out what happened to the scientists who lived here." Kakarot looks around grimly. "I think we better watch out. This place has a bad feel to it." They continue to explore the lab, carefully moving through the scattered equipment. Every step seems to echo through the empty space, and the warriors feel more and more isolated, but they know they can't give up. The door creaked loudly as it opened, causing the warriors to pause for a moment. The darkness inside the room was dense and seemed to swallow what little light came through the opening in the door. The three fighters exchanged a quick look before entering the room. The smell of coffee, mixed with the chemical odor, grew stronger and more intense, almost overpowering. They made their way cautiously down the hall, scanning the surrounding walls and equipment for clues as to the purpose of the place. Suddenly, they hit a split in the path, and Vegeta points to the right. They turned left, following the hallway past empty rooms and rooms with mysterious gadgets. The tension mounted as they approached the large metal door at the end of the hall. Vegeta took a step forward and turned the knob, cautiously pushing the door open. Planet Beerus. Beerus has a dream that can change everything in the Z Warriors universe. Beerus spends days in distress on his planet. It looks like the Oracle Fish's vision will come to friction. A war with powers that transcend all ends up being created. Beerus' dream. Beerus is in a war against the Celestials. Beerus has his Sakai transformation activated. At this moment, several celestial beings begin to fight each other. The Great Priest begins to cause the greatest catastrophe there is. At that moment, Beerus with his Sakai form alongside Whis prepare to fight. A being identical to Goku appears with an infinite god form. The one who transcends everything and everyone, fighting all other celestials. Beerus questions himself and says, "Is this the Ultimate Saiyan? Who is this guy? I won't let you in at all!" At that moment, Beerus steps forward to fight the Saiyan. At that time, a great planetary destruction happens. Whis says,
Mr. Beerus, don't do this, or that will be the end of it.
Beerus wonders, "Do you know this guy, Whis? Who is this being?" At that moment, Beerus wakes up.
Hey, how's it going? Just here to remind you to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel so you don't miss any videos, and stay well inside our entire universe of Dragon Ball. Without further ado, let's go back to the point. Beerus wakes up from his dream. The Oracle Fish there was moving. Whis says,
"Mr. Beerus, it looks like you finally woke up. It looked like that you were having a nightmare of some sorts." Beerus watches and speaks. "Whis, I had a very strange dream, and it all felt so real. I really don't understand what happened. Goku, that Saiyan, that being was totally similar to Goku, but his powers actually transcended even the God's own power. I couldn't understand what was happening. It looked like totally surreal abilities, and you know something behind this, Whis? Don't hide it from me." Whis starts to laugh and says, "It seems that the Oracle Fish's thoughts eventually came to friction. A long time ago, you dreamed of a Saiyan that was behind all this, didn't you? The Saiyan of your dream. So much so that you fought Goku shortly afterwards, believing him to possess the form of the Saiyan God. But from what you're saying, it's a transformation and it's a power that transcends everything and everyone. Interesting. What do you want to do now, Mr. Beerus? That wasn't just a dream, was it?" Beerus watches and says, "Speak the truth, Whis! Make the Oracle Fish show us the vision of the future. You know very well that with our powers, this is capable of everything." Whis responds, "Mr. Beerus, you know very well that this is a sin. The future belongs only to those who will be alive, so we can't try to change it. Even the Lord knows. You authorized it when I went back in time so I could help Mr. Goku and Vegeta. This could be considered a heavenly sin. Are you sure you want to know what will happen in the future from the vision of the Oracle Fish?" Beerus makes a serious face and says, "Don't you toy with me, Whis. You know very well that of all the deities, what we do here in Universe 7, you can manipulate this information so the High Priest doesn't know what we did in the fight against Frieza, because it was totally wrong. Regardless of how cunning Frieza was fighting Goku and Vegeta, he had destroyed the Earth and finished them all. You protected them yourself, and we messed with time. So don't give me these. I need to have the Oracle Fish vision right now." Whis starts laughing and says, "Stay calm, Sir Beerus. If that's all you want, you can continue with that thought of yours. Come on, let's go to the Oracle Fish." At that moment, Beerus and Whis walk to the Oracle Fish to process its vision. Meanwhile, in the time chamber in Universe 7, Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan perform triple training in the time chamber. A great battle begins to be created. Goku activating his Ultra Instinct, Vegeta activating his Ultra Ego, and Gohan in his final form begin to have a great battle. Goku says, "Hey Gohan, you really are very powerful now, aren't you?" Vegeta watches and speaks, "Kakarot, it seems that this boy can surpass us at any moment. In fact, he has already surpassed us several times. His abilities are sure to get more and more powerful. So I really want to see what he will be able to show. What will be all the skills that Gohan will be able to show?" Days and days go by. The Saiyan's training continues. Outside the time chamber, Dende and Mr. Popo watch and talk.
What do these Saiyans want? Why do they want to get so powerful? What's happening? I cannot understand this. The days go by and the three Saiyans continue to fight. Unbelievable.
Back to planet Beerus. Beerus is amazed at everything he sees in the vision he has on the Oracle Fish. Beerus says, This is amazing! Do you mean that this is the power of the one who transcends everything? Then a divine battle between the gods will really happen. I should already suspected. Do you mean that this is how it ends? If we involve the other gods, an even bigger war will ensue. What will Zeno-sama think of all this? There are the gods of destruction. We're here to bring balance, but even in this case, these powers go far beyond any other energy. This power transcends even Zeno-sama's powers. Goku got that strength. The question is, how did he get it? The Oracle Fish's vision only showed that he has that power of level now, but does not show if someone manipulated him or if someone used that energy. It looks like things are going to get a lot more complicated. I really need to understand what's going on. There's no choice left. We need to do this. Whis starts watching and has a very questionable thought and says,
Are you sure, Mr. Beerus? For everything there is a solution, you know that. We can't just make a different decision. Now think carefully. Perhaps we may be acting in a certain impulse. Wrong decisions will never cause balance to be created. Any other decision, even more against the mortals, can cause great catastrophes to be caused. That was just a dream. Understand that nothing that happens in the real world can be compared to a dream. You can't just act of impulse.
Beerus watches and says, It doesn't matter to me, Whis. I'm here to bring balance. I didn't destroy the Earth in the past just for some specific ideals. And now I know very well that that had to be done. Whis responds,
So be it, Lord Beerus. I hope you're doing the right choice.
Back to Universe 7. Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta finish their training in the time chamber. After the three leave the time chamber, Lord Popen and also Dende starts to observe and says,
Looks like your training is over. You managed to get really much more powerful. That's what you were really looking for, right? Very good. That's nothing more than amazing. What will you want to show now? What will your performance be? It really makes me question myself a lot. Good, come on. Show more and more, one skill more powerful than the other. After all, you are here as protectors of the Earth. So many threats that Earth has had. If it weren't for you Saiyans, we wouldn't have any other kind of salvation.
At that moment when Mr. Popo finished talking to Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan, a great light appears over Universe 7 on Earth. From that light appears Beerus and Whis. Goku is happy to see the God of Destruction and the Angel of Universe 7. Goku smiles and says,
Mr. Beerus and Mr. Whis, what will our missions be now? We got much more powerful. You can count on us on everything.
At that moment, Gohan and Vegeta already changed the physiognomy of their faces after seeing that Beerus didn't have a calm face. At that moment, Beerus says, Goku, don't get me wrong, but I had a vision of the future, and in it, you will be the greatest destroyer of all universes. I can't let that happen. You'll have to be eliminated now.
What?
Universe 7, Planet Earth. Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta are surprised by the speech of Beerus, the destroyer of Universe 7. Beerus says, Goku, don't get me wrong, but I had a vision where you were the destroyer of everything. I can't let you live on this planet. Your elimination will have to happen now. At that moment, Gohan becomes enraged and says, You're going crazy, Mr. Beerus. Why do you want to attack my father? He didn't do anything. We didn't do anything. Even we always try to save the universes as we did in the Tournament of Power, where you saw us fighting. We fought in real combat to protect all universes, and the wish we asked Super Sharon was that he bring all the universes back. It doesn't make any sense that you want everything to end with my father, who gave us all for the tournament. Don't do that, Mr. Beerus. That's a totally tough decision. Beerus watches and says, Shut up, boy! I don't think that because you've managed to develop some greater powers and managed to overflow your latent power that you might want to make a decision about something. Keep quiet, or else you will suffer the consequences. Whis starts watching and says,
It seems that Mr. Beerus is making a very tough decision right now. We need to reflect a lot. What Mr. Beerus will do is somewhat questionable. But let's see. We can still believe that many things will change, but Mr. Beerus' dream ends up making me question several points. Could Mr. Goku really cause any complications in the future? That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Vegeta says, What's going on here? I've never seen Beerus behave like this. Seems that he actually believes this Kakarot would be a threat. What happened? We always seek to bring balance and peace to the universes, and we always protect the Earth. There's no logic for Beerus to want to do this. At that moment, Beerus observes and speaks. I have always let you mortals make many decisions because in a way you were bringing balance to the universe. Several other beings ended up wanting to cause the biggest catastrophe on top of everything and whether or not to manage to resolve all situations. But now it seems that things are a little different. Now everything is more complicated. I see the battles that should take place. You manage to defeat the enemy and you manage to want more and more to go after power, and that ends up complicating things even more. In my vision, Goku was with a completely different behavior and using powers that I had never seen before. That was a sign saying that his existence could still complicate things. I will now have to eliminate Son Goku.
Mr. Beerus, now I'm the one who's going to speak. Don't get me wrong, but you once said that you would destroy the whole Earth if I forgot to protect it. So if you believe you can destroy me, the only thing I have to do is fight you to protect me. Then come!
Zeno-sama's palace. At that moment, Zeno-sama and the High Priest looked like they were analyzing different behaviors in the universe. The High Priest says,
I feel like the stars are walking different paths here. It looks like the galaxies will clash soon. Perhaps divine power may be trying to say something. You don't believe, Lord Zeno?
Zeno-sama's guard starts to make a worried face. Zeno-sama watches and speaks.
We have your great priest's power, but what concerns me is whether it is prepared.
The great priest starts to smile and says,
Are you really going to entrust this responsibility, Lord Zeno? That's quite risky. You know that.
Zeno-sama speaks.
I think it's about time Goku knew the whole truth.
The High Priest begins to smile and says,
Well, whatever you're saying, Lord Beerus.
Planet Earth. At that moment, Beerus the Destroyer starts to launch several attacks on Goku. Goku activates his Super Saiyan 2. The two begin to battle. Beerus says, You can only be kidding, think that a transformation like that is going to do something with me. Gohan, Vegeta, Dende, and Mr. Popo besides Whis starts watching. Gohan says,
Mr. Whis, are you going to allow that to happen? It makes no sense that Mr. Beerus would want to attack my father. My father did nothing for him. Just because of what the fish said, or because of a dream he had, he wants to fight everyone. This doesn't make any sense.
Whis responds,
I fully understand, Mr. Gohan, but Mr. Beerus, whether he likes it or not, is the god of destruction of Universe 7, and this power was acclaimed to him by Zeno-sama himself. So they trust Mr. Beerus so he can do what he thinks is right. He's just trying to bring balance. We really need to understand that. How things are going to look now, we need to pay close attention. After all, Mr. Goku always has something up his sleeve. Let's be careful.
At that moment, Gohan starts watching and is impressed. Goku, after receiving several blows from Beerus, says,
So that's it, Mr. Beerus. Are you really fighting to kill me? I thought it was a joke or some test of some sorts. That's how it is. I will not accept that you humiliate me in this battle. Now I will fight at my full strength.
Goku activates his Ultra Instinct and starts to attack Beerus heavily. Goku manages to dodge several attacks from God of Destruction and begins to show his true mastery of Ultra Instinct over Beerus. Beerus doesn't understand how Goku's blows are being thrown. Goku, with great mastery, begins to dodge all of Beerus' attacks and hits him in several points of his body. Beerus says,
Looks like you got stronger, Goku. Well, that's how your training in the time chamber alongside Gohan and Vegeta resulted him. Incredible. But don't think that this will be enough to defeat the Destroyer.
At that moment, Goku's powers began to increase even more. A voice comes over Goku saying,
You are more powerful than all of that. You will be the one who transcends everything and everyone.
Goku doesn't quite understand what was going on. Goku says,
Who are you? What are you saying?
Whis notices a big difference in Goku's personality and another presence approaching. Beerus says,
I don't care about your Ultra Instinct transformation. Now I will show my Ultra Ego, the most powerful skill.
The moment Beerus activates his Ultra Ego, Beerus manages to stand out and land several blows on Goku. Goku, even with his Ultra Instinct, starts to be at its advantage. Goku says,
Mr. Beerus' power really is incredible. If this continues, I won't be able to move.
Looks like things got pretty complicated now. Goku loses his Ultra Instinct. Beerus says, "It was great meeting you, Goku. But now it will have to happen for the sake of the universe. Balance must continue. You in the future will become a big threat." At that moment, Beerus launches Sakai on Goku. Goku says, "I can't die here. This can end me." "You're wrong, Mr. Beerus. I'm here to bring peace to Earth and protect all other universes. I can't let that happen." Beerus and Whis are surprised to see that Goku is recitating the Hakai. At this moment, Goku begins to absorb all the Hakai energy that is released by Beerus, and automatically Goku begins to energize a spirit bomb, and all the powers of the universe together with that energy begins to stand out over Goku's body. At that moment, Goku starts to have a big anomaly over his body. His body begins to remind the king, the Universal Saiyan. Beerus is surprised by what he sees, the Goku of your dream in front of you. Whis is surprised and says, "So that was the being from Mr. Beerus' dream?" At that point, Beerus starts to get impressed and tries to take charge directly at Goku's side. Goku was no longer the same. With few blows and with great mastery of self-movement, Goku dodges with great ease and ends up landing several blows on Beerus the Destroyer, bringing Beerus to his knees and then holding his head. Beerus didn't understand anything that was going on. Beerus says, "Not possible! Where did you get all the power from? Who are you anyway? You are not Goku." At that moment, Goku says, "Look, Mr. Beerus, weren't you the one who was going to finish me off? Looks like things have changed a bit. I will not pity you. I just want you to get out of here and I'll eliminate you now. I just want you to get out of here or I'll eliminate you now." At that moment, Goku begins to have another personality, but his rational voice comes up and says, "You're not going to end, Mr. Beerus. Who are you? What are you doing with my body? What's happening here? Leave Mr. Beerus alone!" At that moment, Goku releases Beerus. Everyone is shocked to see Goku's universal transformation. A great light appears over the time chamber. At that moment, Beerus and everyone were impressed to see Zeno-sama beside his guards and the great priest arriving at Kami-sama's temple. The high priest begins to smile and says, "Good. Looks like you were right, Lord Zeno. It really happened." Zeno-sama smiled and says,
Goku, you are beginning to master the powers of a true god. I need you to come with me. We need to talk.
Beerus watches and speaks. "Zeno-sama, what are you doing here? Hello, hi there, Zeno-sama."
Zeno-sama looks at Beerus and says, "Shut up, Beerus. You were fighting with Goku. We have matters to discuss with Goku. Let's go to my palace."
Is everyone impressed with what was happening? What is actually happening with Goku and what is the true idea of this new being that has emerged? Zeno-sama's palace. After Goku activates his infinite king transformation to fight Beerus, Beerus was surprised by all the power that had been unlocked by Goku. But still, a very different ability ended up being shown. The great priest and Zeno-sama had appeared at Kami-sama's temple and observed everything that had taken place. The great priest began to smile. Beerus has been amazed and Zeno-sama beside the great priest looks like he already knew what was going to happen. It looked like that everything was premeditated. Whis observes. Beerus says, Why, Zeno-sama? Why did you brought us here in this palace? I wanted to resolve this situation with Goku myself, but it was still not possible. Does that mean that Zeno-sama already knew that Goku would show heavenly power? So does that mean my dream was true? So everything the Oracle Fish ended up showing me actually is going to happen? So what do they mean by this? Goku can eliminate anything and everyone. Things are going to get a little bit more complicated. At that moment, Goku tries to understand what is happening to his body. Could this be the result of some kind of training I had in the time chamber? Why does Zeno-sama want to talk to me? It seems that the day is very complicated. First, Mr. Beerus come to attack me, and as if it wasn't going enough, he still says he's going to kill me?
Soon after, I can receive a totally greater power, and after all this happened, and the great priest and Lord Zeno want to talk with me? I do not understand anything. These powers of God, these transformation begin to show after all the battles that took place. I need to pay close attention to this. Things can get really more and more intense, and I will really become the target. At that moment, Goku is stopped by Beerus. Beerus says, Goku, don't think that the power you showed would be able to defeat me. I just watched how far you could show your energy. I am Beerus the Destroyer. Zeno-sama and the great priest called you here. Surely they must know something. At that moment, the great priest starts to laugh and says, By the way, I saw that you gave Beerus a big problem, Lord Goku. Isn't that right? You managed to awaken a heavenly power. Be aware that this kind of power is only awakened with each generation of new warriors. But I shouldn't doubt you. After all, at first you had managed to show your Ultra Instinct, the technique that even the gods of destruction have difficulties performing. Those skills that the Lord had shown could really make a big difference in battles. I could see that you were getting stronger and stronger, isn't it true, Mr. Goku? I strongly believe that your performance in battle will get better and better. We really need to understand what you're going to show. After all, you are the Saiyan who can transcend the power of everything and everyone. Show what you're capable of, Son Goku. But Mr. Zeno-sama has something to talk to you. That is very important. Zeno-sama appears and says,
My friend Goku! How long have we not seen each other? You said you were coming to play with me and you never came again.
Goku gets embarrassed and says, I'm sorry, Zen-chan. It's because I've been training for a long time, but I knew that at some point I would see you again. At that moment, Zeno-sama's guards look at Goku and make a serious face. Goku says, what's up? Can you explain to me? Zeno-sama looks at Goku and speaks.
We have a mission for you. You will have to enter all the timelines and eliminate all the gods there on that timeline.
Goku is not surprised and says, but what does that mean? Zeno-sama gets serious.
Pay close attention, Goku. Probably Beerus had a dream about a Saiyan that had destroyed everything and everyone. During those moments, that Saiyan was probably you, Goku.
At that moment, Beerus watches and speaks. I knew it! I was sure that Goku was to blame for all this. I just tried to protect you. Zeno-sama watches and speaks.
Shut up, Beerus. I do not speak to you.
I'm so sorry. Forgive me, Lord Zeno-sama.
Pay close attention, Goku. A few days ago, I was able to have a vision of a future in another timeline. In that timeline, there was a Goku who apparently resembled Goku Black a lot. That being that has been eliminated by Zeno-sama a long time ago. For some reason in another timeline, the Lord by my side and everything and everyone, Lord Goku. I couldn't understand very well if there is another being that is manipulating us. The thing is, now after I have merged my powers with you, no other god has been able to defeat his powers. You ended up being the ruler of everything. Whis in that universe tried to face you. In a few moments, the Lord had received universal power, and not even Whis, who was among the most powerful angels, had managed to defeat him. You humiliated the angel of Universe 7.
Current timeline, Whis observes and speaks. What? It seems that at least in one timeline, you actually surpassed me over, Lord Goku. At that moment, Goku is shocked by everything he hears. The great priest watches and speaks. In any situation, other than all this that Zeno-sama is telling you, Lord Goku, right thing really would be to imprison him in the heavenly prison or to eliminate him. But because of his great friendship with Zeno-sama and his trust in his power, he has given you the opportunity for you to be able to fix all these mistakes in these timelines. After all, it wouldn't make much of a sense for us to take the two Zeno-sama to erase the universe in which he himself exists in that universe, don't you think? We already have two Zenos here. We'd have to keep one more. It's already too much. So you will have to solve this situation with your form of infinite destruction and really show your true powers. What will be your answer, Lord Goku? At that moment, Goku starts watching and says, this can only be madness. You mean I caused major problems in several timelines? This transformation is the God Omni. That power that is capable of destroying everything and everyone. Timelines have already caused major problems for us. I remember everything Trunks went through like it was today. If this really continues, we're going to have a hard time. I can't let that happen. Damn it. So does that mean it's going to be like this? It seems like yesterday that Trunks needed my help and we fought Zamasu and Goku Black and tried to save all universes. The difference is, and now the battle will be against all the gods. Does that mean that now the enemy is myself, fused with Zeno-sama's powers? Weird. At that moment, Whis observes everything the great priest and Zeno-sama say and wonders. Lord Zeno, my dad. If those powers that Mr. Beerus saw in his dream were the powers that were assigned to a Goku in another timeline, what explains this transformation that Mr. Goku was able to show by fighting Mr. Beerus now? What is the meaning of this power? At that moment, the great priest observes and speaks. Goku was conducting training in the time chamber. This time chamber is a creation of the Kami-sama deity. Temporal paradoxes occur in her and time passes in a totally different way. Temporal rifts may have been created there and all beings that were present there may have suffered some disturbances. Perhaps not only Goku but Gohan and Vegeta may show some anomaly in their powers. Maybe this is interesting. After all, you will need a lot of luck to make it out of these other timelines alive. Know that everything will depend on you, Lord Goku. At that moment, Goku observes and speaks. Mr. Beerus and Mr. Whis, I think now is the time for me to show the true power of my training. Whether that timeline is currently totally destroyed, the only thing we need to do is wipe out all the enemies there and ask the Super Dragon Balls to rebuild this timeline. I'm sure we will be able to do that. You can leave it to me. If I was the one who started this fight on another planet, I'm the one who will solve it. Beerus starts to smile and says, I don't know if you're a very brave guy or a very lucky guy, Goku, but now it's up to you. At that moment, the great priest and Zeno-sama started to smile. The great priest says, very good. I think it's time for you to start your Goku work. Universe 7, Timeline 8. This universe had been created by other celestial beings, where the gods of destruction alongside the angels already dominated everything and everyone. They had different goals. Some wanted to have more powers than Zeno-sama and others already had such great energy that they just wanted to cause destruction to more and more planets without bringing balance. A great light dawns in the new Universe 7. It was Goku combined with Zeno-sama's powers. Goku Omni King appears. Goku says, looks like I didn't even have time to think twice. Mr. Zeno really brought me here. I'm still having to get control of this new transformation. The issue is, of having to fight the gods or end up with another celestial being doesn't sound good to me. Sounds like something that goes against my rules. I can't understand how this actually ended up happening. I need to think very carefully before showing any kind of skill. Even here being Universe 7 from another timeline, I still feel like I'm home. At that moment, Goku has a slight flashback of his conversation with the High Priest next to Zeno-sama. Zeno-sama says, Goku, many catastrophes ended up happening. There is another celestial being that is just like you in the other universe, and he ended up becoming the king of everything, even stealing the powers of all the other celestials. You'll have to pay close attention before going to fight any of the beings that appear there. Think that here, besides the great priest, I dominate everything. I do this governance while the great priest controlled the beings that appear here. But I think that things in another universe might be totally different. When we start talking about the skills and powers that have been developed among many other warriors, we need to pay close attention. You will now have to fight all other gods and all other beings who want to bring darkness to other universes and other timelines. I hope that with the new power you've attained, you'll be able to manage to do that. We trust you. The great priest watches and says, I believe that with that power you ended up showing, you are among the 5 most powerful in the Son Goku universe. I hope you understand, Son Goku. Lots of things that would end up happening. Pay close attention. Your powers are really high, but you have no idea what it's like to fight a god who is using all his strength. We're talking millennia of years of training. I hope you're capable. After all, you yourself in another timeline ended up causing all the destruction. At that moment, Goku begins to reflect and prepares for the next battle. Goku says goodbye to all his friends and says, "Good. Now I'm going to resolve this situation within all the universes." Goku is thrown by Zeno-sama directly into another timeline. Goku arrives at timeline number 8, back to the present moment. Goku in space watches and talks. "Looks like I need to see. Everything that is happening here needs to analyze this whole situation. I think I'll go straight to Earth. I need to understand with all the inhabitants there what is happening." At that moment, Goku teleports directly to Earth. All the humans who were there ended up being scared. Others called him Your Majesty. The great celestial being has arrived. "What are you talking about? The great celestial being? It doesn't make any sense. What do you want from me?" Goku began to analyze the whole situation and said, "These people are really funny. Well, for me, it doesn't matter. Perhaps if I found Gohan and the others, yeah, they could understand." Goku goes to Capsule Corporation. At that moment, Goku says, "Hey, Bulma! I'm glad you're here. I need to talk to Vegeta. In fact, I am Goku from another timeline. I need to bring balance to the universe, so I need to understand what's really going on here." At that moment, Bulma observes and speaks. "Goku, you've got to be kidding. After absorbing Zeno-sama's powers, you began to wreak havoc in all universes and eventually became an emperor of the entire universal galaxy." Goku watches and speaks. "What? What are you talking about, Bulma? That's not possible. I didn't do any of that. Or did I? Damn it, I don't understand this thing." At that moment, Goku asks where Vegeta is and what happened to him. The moment Goku wonders where Vegeta would be, Goku is taken aback by information Bulma passes on, saying that after this current timelines, Goku became the ruler of everything. He united with the most powerful Saiyans and the strongest warriors and made them the Heavenly Guard. At that moment, Bulma explains that the goddess of all Saiyans and all other beings after Goku from the timeline destroyed everything was over. The gods of destruction ended up agreeing with the true ideals of the new Goku. Once he had Zeno-sama's powers, the two had become one. Goku's powers had gone haywire with Zeno-sama's mindset that he only wanted to erase the things he thought were right. So that ended up causing the big catastrophe. Any other being who disagreed with something that was happening would have to pay dearly. Many mortals lost their lives. Many other universes were destroyed. Nobody ever got into any arguments. Many complicated things ended up happening. And that makes us wonder what you came here to do if you're not Goku who wants to end everything. Would you want to challenge him? What are you really going to do? At that moment, the Goku of the timeline that we all follow is shocked by the information that passes and says, "So that's really what happened. It seems that it discredits too much of the powers that could be developed. So that means that now things are going to get much more complicated. I understand. It seems that I could not imagine that all this could still be possible to happen. I believe that only Goku Black would be a dark version of me, but it looks like that we have much more complicated situations. Bulma, don't worry. I will still bring peace to everyone throughout this universe. Even if I have to wipe out all the dark beings that exist here. With the help of the Super Dragon Balls, I'm sure that after this great catastrophe happens, we will be able to rebuild this whole universe. I think I already know the first place to go." At that moment, Goku teleports directly to planet Beerus, planet of the god of destruction. Beerus and Whis are somewhat different. Beerus watches Goku and speaks. "Goku! Does that mean your powers are getting bigger? Very interesting. Have you managed to master your essence to really be the ruler of everything?" At that moment, Goku watches and speaks. Lord Beerus, do you think I'm the Goku you know?" Whis laughs and talks. "Did you not realize that Mr. Beerus is not your majesty? This Goku has an energy very similar to that of Goku who received the powers of Lord Beerus, but it seems to come from another timeline." Goku smiles and speaks. Exactly! I came here to show that we can bring balance without causing major catastrophes for these universes. Not accept that you end up destroying everything. I came here to stop my dark self." Beerus starts to smile and says, "So you're not my majesty's Goku? Very well. We will eliminate you here and now." Goku speaks. "I already knew this would happen. So let's go." Beerus charges straight in to attack Goku, but Goku remembers Zeno-sama and says, "I'm going to need to use that transformation again.
In a short space of time, Goku's body begins to create different temporal energies, causing a large sphere of energy to be created under his body. His spatial form appears over his body. Beerus looks at Goku and is faced with a vision of the universe and his white hair with ultra instinct. Beerus can't understand what's going on. In moments, Beerus is devastated by Goku's planetary attack. Goku says, "Mr. Beerus, that power goes far beyond anything that transcends you. So I'm sorry, you have no chance of beating me." In a few moments, Whis starts laughing and talking. "Well done, Sword Goku. It seems that you have surpassed even the energy of Ultra Instinct. That will be fascinating. I figured Mr. Beerus couldn't handle this, so let's go." At that moment, Whis and Goku Omni King starts to fight and several blows starts to occur. The great battle begins to unfold for days. Goku and Whis exchange punches until the moment when Whis says, "I never imagined that a Saiyan would be one day reach this level. If you're not the Goku of this universe, how do you manage to power up the powers of the Omni King? That's odd." When Whis was about to finish his sentence, Goku holds his hand and hits him in the belly, saying, "I think it's best that you let me handle this situation and take care of Mr. Beerus, because things are not going to get much more complicated if you don't take this personally. An angel doesn't need to get involved, especially when it's an angel who trained me in the past." Whis looks at Goku and smiles and says, "Very well then, do what you need to do, Lord Goku." Palace of the Omni King. After the events in timeline number 8 have occurred, and this timeline's Goku has become ruler of everything after absorbing Zenosama's powers. Inside the Vegeta Palace, Gohan, all the other warriors, and the most powerful warriors from all the universes found themselves as rulers of Goku the Dark God. Goku washed and spoke. "It seems that other timelines were bothered by what I ended up doing here. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Vegeta, Gohan, I think the time has come for us to start acting. To be continued." So hey, my partner, what do you believe and what do you imagine about all this? Is Goku using his full power as the Omni King fighting a devastating battle against his own race in the other universes? Regardless of what it is more than important that you already expose it here in your comments so that we can enter into that crazy debate. Click the like button, subscribe here to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss any videos. And that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.